Oh my god.
Who would have thought we would have made it this far? Thunder just cracked in the
It
distance.
did actually.
You
It
hear that?
literally just fucking cracked. And speaking of fucking rolling thunder, we have a guest.
Yes.
Please welcome to the cast,
Garth
Steve
Brooks.
Gerben.
No, Steve Brooks. Steve Brooks.
What's going on? Thank you.
Steve Gerben.
Steve Gerben, dude. It's good to have Steve here. I think Steve's our smartest friend.
Steve's smart as fuck.
Yeah, Steve, be smart or something.
Well,
Yeah,
I
dude.
disagree with that, but thank
Dude.
you.
What do you
Definitely
think?
our smartest friend.
I don't know all your friends, but I mean,
O'Connor's good.
Steve O'Connor's
O'Connor's
good.
smart.
Steve, why is outer space so far away? Go.
Steve, why is the sky blue?
yeah. I mean, if you give me a second, I
You
can.
better answer that.
Sky is blue because it does not. It does not absorb. It absorbs.
This guy's dumb as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Matt, talk about why you're high right now.
Yo, I got fucking. Well, I had a tough fucking time.
Isn't it?
That's water in the sky, isn't there something?
I think it's. I don't think it's water in the sky, but I do.
Yeah.
I do think it has a lot to do with oxygen.
Ooh.
I think that's why.
Something like that.
I think
Sure,
that's why
yeah,
it's blue.
something about it. Like, go ahead.
You know, like your blood's blue before it hits and it turns red.
That's what everyone says, dude. I don't believe that. I don't
only
believe
know.
that.
I have a PhD in urban legends, dude.
The urban legend that everybody's blood's blue inside until it hits the air and then it
is.
turns red.
That's why your veins are blue, dude.
What a stupid fucking bullshit. I believed it.
Some of your blood is blue, and then
Yeah,
it goes.
yeah, yeah.
Told you.
Yeah, to your lungs.
Told you.
Some veins are blue, yeah.
Yep.
Why are you
The
looking at
ones
me
that are
like,
going
oh, I
back to the
fucking
heart.
told you?
I know a lot about medical science.
I know, but I agree that that's a funny fucking urban legend.
Yeah.
That your blood is always blue.
It is,
until
dude.
it hits the air and then it
Turns red.
turns red, like it's magma into lava.
Yep.
You ever have a dumb thing you believed as a kid and then you say it as an adult?
Yeah. I've confessed like 50 of these
Yeah,
things.
you told me the one about the cats.
Guard cats?
Guard
Yeah,
cats.
fuck, dude. It sucked. I was on a date. My dad, I've said this before on the cast, but my dad told me when I was little, I was in a junkyard with him, and he's like, watch out, those are guard cats. And another adult, the guy who owned it, was like, yeah, watch out, they'll get you. And I was like, fuck, dude, guard cats, that's crazy. And I was on a date like 6 months ago, and this lady was talking about the cats. I'm like, you know they have guard cats, right? And she was like, what? I was like, and I realized after I said it, I was like, fuck.
Dude, this
My
is
dad
really,
tricked me.
really embarrassing. This is really embarrassing. So, oh, fuck. This is like the dumbest thing I think I've ever said. And it sucks because my friend who I said it to remembers it and brings it up. So, I know somebody that was very important at Merrill Lynch. And when 9/11 happened, I came up, somebody must have fucking told me. You remember all those 9/11 rumors, right? Like, there's a lot of
What,
urban
that the
legends
government
around.
did it?
Not just that, but I mean, like,
It's true.
people being like, there was an Arab kid here on September 10th, and he was like, don't come to fucking work.
I didn't hear any
Like,
of
shit
those
like that.
fucking terrorist
Or
ghost
like
stories.
there was a bunch of those.
Someone's lighting their face up with a flashlight.
Somebody hit me with a terrorist ghost story, and I believed it.
What was the ghost story?
Was that a couple executives got out on a helicopter? It's really dumb, I know.
They probably did.
No, exactly. It's somewhat believable.
Was it disproved?
In college, I said this. Not in like a classroom, but we were just sitting there and we were talking about it, and I was like, my uncle worked at Merrill Lynch, and he told me. I was like, a couple guys got out. A couple of the executives got out on helicopters. This kid was immediately like, "You're a fucking idiot." He's like, "That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life."
I guess they had the whole thing on camera the whole time.
Yeah, definitely, and also, yeah.
No one launched the helipad.
Well, definitely that. Yeah, nobody launched the helipad. There's
I
too
heard
much
Hillary
smoke
was
up there.
seen fucking taking off in a helicopter.
I
Right
saw.
when it happened.
I heard you could see Hitler's face in the smoke.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah.
That happened.
But anyway, I said that, and he brought that up to me like this year. He was like,
That's
"Remember?"
actually
He was like,
believable,
"Remember when you
dude.
said that?"
That's believable.
No,
And a
it's
couple
not.
guys got to the chopper and got out of there.
Yeah, but I think I said it like they fucking
Like
preemptively,
conspiratorial?
like they knew something was coming and they got
Dude,
out.
they fucking did.
Yeah.
What about Tower 7, Shane?
What?
It just fell.
Tower 7?
Tower 7, what happened, dude?
Tower
What
7.
happened?
I was fucking pass blocking in Mechanicsburg and the Tremors.
The best is when you did karaoke that one time. Shane did karaoke and it was werewolves in London. And it was like, "Ow, werewolves, what happened to Tower 7? We're at a bar down south and everyone's
We were in
like,
fucking Alabama and all these people were so mad. And I was like, no one's talking about Tower 7. Ah, woo. And these people were seriously like, get the fuck off the stage,
Dude,
asshole.
they didn't like it at all.
Anyway, Gerbies.
Gerbies.
Thank you guys
Gerby's-
for having me. I really appreciate
Oh,
it.
fuck yeah, dude.
I have a scientific question for you, Gerbies.
Oh, no, I'm not a scientist.
No, answer the question,
This
Gerby.
is a fucking scientific question. I'll do the science afterwards. Now, what would you rather? Actually, I think I asked this to Shane too. If you had to have sex with a transsexual, would you do female to male transsexual or male to female transsexual?
Male to female.
That what you would do?
A female is who I'd have sex with.
What do you mean?
Well, whatever.
Whichever
looks-
one is a woman when I have sex with them,
Okay.
for sure.
Yeah.
That's not the question.
What's the question?
Question I think you posed me was Buck Angel and Bailey J.
Yeah. Who would it be?
It's got to be Bailey J, I guess.
What do you
She's
mean
a
you guess?
really hot
What would-
dude.
in your heart of hearts, what would you do?
Oh, does the listener know who these people are?
Google them right now.
All right, Buck Angel's this jacked fucking dude who's like tatted up
With a vagina.
with a pussy,
Yup.
and then there's this really hot looking lady that has a dong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Changes the equation for me. Hot lady with the dong.
A hot lady with a dong.
Okay.
In this occasion, yes.
Okay. So you like her? Is that what you're saying? You like her this occasion?
I'm saying Bailey J is pretty for transsexual, but
Okay.
I'm not gonna go out of my way to fuck her. But if I have to choose between her and Buck Angel, her every time.
But Buck Angel is jacked and has a vagina. I've heard a lot of people be like, oh, Buck Angel, I'd fuck her. The pussy counts. And it's like, actually, it's not the truth at all.
It's really terrible.
I did my research, dude. It's called a erotical illusion. That's what that's how transgenders make. Because the transgender porn market is like exclusively heterosexual men. I read there's a book, A Billion Wicked Thoughts, dude. It's so fucking
I
funny.
knew the book.
But
I knew the
they
book.
got into that, dude, and it's like basically it's for heterosexual men,
Yeah.
and they're combining breasts, hips, and other men's penis are a sexual cue for men because it like triggers sperm competition. So that's why like all like dude
Steve, say
orgy
something
porn,
scientific
dude,
about
orgy
this.
porn,
I'm not a
orgy
scientist.
porn. Almost overwhelmingly, there's more dudes to girls. There's like 9-man cum slams. There's not like 9 chicks, 1 dude. That fires dudes up. Other dudes come. So if you cross tits, a butt, and a dick, you're firing all kinds of crazy shit in your brain. And the only thing that like, so the women's version of that, guess what it is? Vampires and shit. That's a weird thing of like it's a weird combination of like supernatural stuff and they, like so if you catch your girl watching that like
Watching
Vampire
vampire
Diaries,
porn?
that's their tranny porn, dude. Twilight's tranny
ooh.
porn for girls. Thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, listen. I mean, I think I remember reading there was like a book called Sex at Dawn that I think I
Yeah.
remember reading about.
Yeah.
The,
Oh, fuck Sex at Dawn, dude.
Christopher Ryan.
I don't know.
What did he read? What did he say about that?
Well, I
This
seem to
tranny
recall
loving
the
ass.
idea about like if you're in competition with other males, then you're gonna have more potent sperm.
Yeah, that's the whole thing of cuckoldry. You're supposed to follow up.
Cuckoldry?
Yeah, you do it on purpose. So you bring a dude in.
Never heard it called cuckoldry.
You bring a guy
classy-
in. Dude, cuckoldry
Oh.
works is like so you have a girlfriend or wife, and that's your hot wife, and you let her bring a dude in who's like physically superior to you. So
Yeah.
then you watch this dude fuck her, and then you have sex with her afterwards.
Yeah.
And people report that it's like you fuck real fast and you come in like 2 minutes, and it's super powerful, because that's your body being like, dude, come on, man, we got to kick it up. And apparently your dick's shaped to plunge out other
Oh, you
dudes'
told
sperm.
me this, dude.
I swear to
Fuck
God,
off.
your dick's shaped to pull other sperm out. So
Jesus.
check that out. Why is that? Explain that,
Steve, we got a lot of questions.
dude. That was
First on deck is why do our dicks plunge semen?
Yeah, it's just gonna be me going. I don't know. I
Steve,
am an idiot.
answer this.
Yeah.
Well, we have to do
No.
an experiment then.
How? Steve's
We
butt.
got to see what his dick can plunge, dude.
All right, I'll come in Steve's butt. Then you plunge it out.
I'll plunge. I got that mushroom tip, dude. I'll plunge it out, dude.
All right, hot cast.
That is funny to think that like girls watching Twilight is their tranny porn. I even tested it. My girlfriend watched every episode of Vampire Diaries. I'm like, do you think vampires are attractive? And she was like, no. Exact same response as a dude being like, would you fuck Bailey J? No.
Oh,
It was the exact same response. No. I was like, this is your tranny porn.
Dude.
The
Busted.
listeners missed how well he pantomimed that.
Yeah, for
the
sure.
exact sort of like yes, but
There's
no.
there's one thing there's one thing I do, and I think we talked about getting some cameras down here
Yep.
to at least put up some clips. But there's one thing that the listeners always miss out on is when Matt goes on a rant like he just did, and all you can see is darkness and candles. And then his face lit up by the computer screen. And he's like dead serious, like, and that's why cuckoldry porn is so hot. It's like,
Dude,
you're a maniac.
some heavy fucking knowledge.
This fucking book, A Million Little Thoughts,
Billion Wicked Lies, dude.
destroyed you.
It's the best. It's literally the best book I ever read.
I heard Jordan Peterson reference it in one of his.
It's such a good read.
I gotta read it.
That's why, dude. That's why, like, you know, why women typically, you have a girlfriend, like, you go home, you usually don't feel like doing anything. They're always like, we got to go places, we got to go places. They want to see you interact with other males, and they like judge you on how you interact with other men.
Makes sense.
So that's why, like, when
That
you're
makes
out
sense.
when you're out at the movies, dude, they don't. If you sit at home with your girlfriend all the time and never take her out anywhere, she's just like, meh.
Yeah.
Just to see you dominate other men in
She
the
has to
public
see
sphere.
you. She has to see you do stand up.
It's
I mean, talk
anything.
about the
Yeah.
ultimate. Like, it's really funny because if I'm just at a bar by myself or like with friends, not one girl is gonna fucking talk to me.
Yeah.
Not really. But if I go do stand up and do well, you know,
Yeah.
It's unreal.
it's hilarious.
I used to do stand up, and it was the exact same
Yeah,
experience.
it's so funny.
Yeah.
Every hot chick's like, "Oh my god, you were so funny. What are you doing?" And it's like
Social status is fantastic.
it's crazy. And then what's really funny is you leave that club and walk to the next bar, and it's like, "Oh yeah, I'm a fucking zero."
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a bad
Like with
feeling.
when you crush at a comedy club and then you leave and go to like Bard's or another bar
Yeah.
wherever we go, and you just sit there and you're like, oh, I get no respect.
Well, that's when you start.
Forgot what that
That's
was
when
like.
you start catcalling, dude.
That's when you got a cat call,
Yeah,
dude.
that's when, dude.
Let me hear some cat calls, dude.
Girls fucking love when you catcall them,
Do
dude. Yeah, they love it.
I think
They
they,
get
I think
so
they
excited.
actually do love it.
They do.
Yes.
They
Give
get
me a
like
good.
they get a little like, oh, what's going on?
All right,
You're
let's
like,
say
it's just me, babe.
Let's say that hot chick
You're
from
so
the
hot,
mic,
babe.
that hot chick from the mic who's walking by you on the street.
Yo, like those titties.
That's how you catcall?
Like those titties. How old are you? Yo, let me see your ID. I just catcall like a South Street black dude. How old are you? Yo, come here.
Nice. You can do the old scorpion.
Yeah, get over here. Yeah, catcalling
That's
works,
the ultimate
dude.
cat call.
I've literally had a couple successful catcalls.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Back before I knew it was bad, I used to do it all the time.
Dude, catcalling, and it's funny because I like anytime I do like I remember right when catcalling had reached its. Remember that girl made that YouTube video of her like walking
Yeah,
down the
all
street
day
like,
long.
look at this.
This guy's like, come here, you fucking bitch. I'm gonna fucking
Yeah,
kill
yeah.
you. Yeah.
All these fucking clearly planted actors were like, "Hey, baby," and walked with her for 5 blocks. Is like,
Yeah, but
Come
you'd
on,
be
bro.
surprised. There's like, you get like some like weird fucking Greek dude who'll definitely do that. He'll definitely be like,
Regardless-
Mama, you're so pretty. Mama, come here. Yeah, so finish your
"Oh,
butt.
please, I have a very nice villa. Please, a very beautiful plaza garden."
Yeah, that's like,
But when it reached its pinnacle, I remember because I was doing like a black show and I was like a white comic before me talked about catcalling, and the black audience was like,
so
"The
what?
fuck are you talking about?"
Yeah.
And then I followed him and I was like, "Hey, fucking retard! That's how like 90% of these people met. Every black relationship starts with a cat call, dude. That's how they all start.
Yeah, you
It's
gotta
like a
come
black
off-
lady walking down the street and a black dude just being like, 'Hey, yo, ma.' That's
yeah.
it.
Did you ever hear the Patrice O'Neill bit about how he knows how to hunt black women?
No.
I can't do it justice, but it's worth looking up.
What does he say?
It's just
Thought
about
I
how
heard
like
this.
you have to come at them very
You have to criticize them?
aggressive, right?
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
would you didn't put your wig on straight, and then
Oh, you
she,
neg them.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
right,
yeah.
right.
Fuck
And then
yeah.
like she flips out, and then he's like, "Come on, you're just so beautiful. I didn't know how to say anything." She's like, "Well, you don't say that." And he's like, "All right, let me start over." Like,
Oh my
he's-
god.
Dude, Patrice tried to hook up with my sister once.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
Damn.
She was at Helium. And he was like, "Damn, that's a beautiful white bitch." It was my sister Katie. Yeah. Which I always
That's
used to make
such a
fun of her.
sick fucking
I was
pickup line.
like, I always made fun of her. Like, if you're a white girl and black dudes are catcalling you, it's time to hit the fucking gym, dude.
True. Dude, they kick it up heavy though, man.
What?
So you've seen Brittany's house. My girlfriend, like
Yeah.
behind her house, there's this big field with like 4 open lots, and she lets her dog poop back there. And there's this guy, I've never caught him. He'll catch her every now and again, this bald dude, and he'll catch her back there and be like, "Baby, I don't take no for an answer." And they're getting like
Whoa.
a fucking field at nighttime. I don't take no for an answer. I'm so dominant, babe. I need you to calm me down. Dude, she has to be like, "I'm fucking out of here." And black dudes to hit the catcalls, they can go hard.
Yeah, they'll catcall you.
They'll get you good.
That was also what was really funny to me during the whole catcall fucking phenomenon.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, are we really gonna blame straight white guys for this one?
Yeah.
Can we for once not be the bad guys on this?
I'll throw a honk every now and again. I'm like,
What most straight white
That's a good
dudes catcalling is when you're hammered, you're with your
Yeah.
dogs, you're dressed like you're going to Charlottesville.
Yup.
You're wearing a fucking
the
tucked
buttons
in
down,
polo.
gelled hair.
A hot chick walks by like, "What's up, bitch?"
Yeah.
Like that's the extent of white catcalling.
She'll be like, "You come here, come
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
come here, fuck you, fucking."
It's like,
whore."
"Hey, you're really pretty," and she's like, "Ew," and all your friends laugh, and you're like, "Whatever, bitch." Like, that's it.
Well, I've talked about this before, dude. We like when I used to go out, it was you grabbed a girl and grinded on her.
Oh yeah, at the bar.
Yeah, that's what
Not
you
on
used to
the
do,
street.
man. Hey, man, party was
someone on the
outside,
street.
dude. You fucking if people were dancing in the streets, they were getting grabbed and fucking grinded.
Yeah,
on.
that's how you.
That's how you
used
did it,
to
dude. You just went up and fucking.
Initiate the grind. It's a fucking hot.
Sucks can't do that. I'm
Gerby,
gonna start a
you-
bar.
I
I'm
know.
starting a bar
I'm
where you
like,
can do that.
I'm surprised to hear that that's not. Now, I haven't like obviously gone to a club and like
Don't do that, dude.
they don't do that anymore.
No,
because that
fuck
was
no.
legit what you did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know people who met that way, dude.
So it doesn't. So what do you do?
You just jump up and down and like you're like Kevin Harris rules, and you just kind of like
Yeah,
I don't
now you
know.
got to dance together.
you like
until
dance
the
in a
girl-
big group,
Yeah.
in a big like unisex group, and there's no like genital on genital until I guess eventually maybe it'll progress
And then
that
a
way.
girl chooses you and is like, "Oh my god, what
Yeah.
do you do?"
Yeah, it's not you're not
like,
just
"I have a real
flying
estate."
in like dick to butt, just fucking
Yeah,
Yeah.
fucking Nellyville's on.
yeah, dude.
Jagged Edge is on, dude. Here comes
It's
the
like,
grinding.
I'm gonna die alone.
You
I don't
think?
know how I'm gonna meet somebody.
Well, I mean, there's so much online stuff.
Dude, now that you're on this cast,
Exactly, dude.
don't be
There's
surprised if you're
definitely,
fucking.
dude. There's at least like 25 hot chicks that listen to this.
There's probably you're probably gonna get about 6 friend requests from
Yep.
dudes that listen to this. What up, Richards? Send Steve Gerben a friend request. You're gonna get some hot guys out of this.
Well, I guess what I just meant out of that was just like there's if you I don't know quite how to say it, but it's like if you take away the guy's ability to like be dominant is just gonna it sounds like the
Yeah,
worst word possible,
aggressive.
but right to like be a guy.
Initiate.
So
The
like for instance,
relationship.
right?
Yeah.
It's like everything is a gigantic Sadie Hawkins dance. It's like okay, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna like please choose me.
It used to
It's
be
just
prom.
pathetic.
It used to be
Yeah.
prom, and it used to be like, "Hey, would you go to the dance with me?" And she'd be like, "Even though I don't want to, yes." Now it's a fucking Sadie Hawkins where it's like all the dudes just stand there, like hopefully a chick fucking asks me to dance.
Yeah.
They reversed it, and men let it happen.
Wait, girls ask you to the dance?
Yeah, it's like what he just said. Sadie
Well,
Hawkins.
just like with
Oh, that is-
there's so many apps now where it's like you're not allowed to talk to.
fuck you.
What?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what it is. I didn't know what
Oh,
that was.
Sadie
know,
Hawkins
fucking-
is like girls ask guys to dance.
Instead of guys, ask
okay,
girls.
I didn't know that was. Yeah, I didn't know
Yeah.
that was. Yeah, I didn't know that was the name of it.
Anyway,
That's
I'm
how
not on my
Bumble
death-
is. Bumble's the girls initiate.
Right.
And dude, their fucking lines are pitiful. It's always like, "Hey, what's your favorite movie?" And you're like, "Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah, of
dude."
course. They're not built to fucking initiate.
True.
You got to be a fucking Puerto Rican construction worker.
Yeah.
You got to see a girl walk by and be like, "Hey, mommy."
Just a fucking kiss for every pulse in your loins.
All right, let's take a quick break. I
Yeah,
gotta
let's take
take
a
a
break.
whiz.
All right.
Just sat back.
We're back.
Oh, we're back right
We're
now.
back in, baby.
Oh wow, we're right back.
Wow.
I was up there peeing. What were you guys talking about?
Talking about dating, dude. How sick my game used to be.
Really?
He asked. He's like, "Did you do like did you go up and like approach people?" And I was like, "Yeah, I tried, but I was pretty fucking bad." Like I had all kinds of like sick schemes where I go up and be like, "Hey, what's going on?" And like talk for 4 minutes, and there'd be silence, and I would just be like, and just hang out there for 2 minutes and just like look at her
Oh,
like,
my God.
"We're still a thing, right? This is still going on." Eventually, she'd leave, and I'd be like, "Fuck."
I think you have to be a fucking idiot to be able to approach people
Yeah,
like that.
maybe.
I think you have to either be a sociopath that's like, I'm smart enough to manipulate this conversation, or you
Yeah.
have to be dumb and be like, "What's up? Oh, hey."
Yeah, it's weird, man.
Well, I think like you want to develop that because what I was saying to Matt was like it's a numbers game, right? To most of it, it's like if you got to put yourself out there a lot, and then you get somebody.
You see what happens? That's a nice way of putting it.
But it's just hard to do that because you do have to like either adopt the mentality of a sociopath or like not let reality hit you. You know, it's like if you do something 10 times it doesn't work. Typically, you'd be like, "Oh,
you gotta put your dick out there, dude."
Speaking of sociopaths,
Yeah.
there's a guy on the main board.
Uh-huh.
His name's Don't Hate Me, Bro. He's the fucking man. He likes Notre Dame. He's a friend of the podcast. His Tinder game is otherworldly. I've never seen anything like it. And he posts some of the fucking conversations on there.
Jesus Christ.
Like he'll screenshot some of the fucking conversations. It's crazy. He gets the
what's he saying?
hottest fucking chicks with like, and he's smart, so he's like clearly just manipulating people. It's crazy. Like he'll post a GIF in response and like, I don't know. It's fucking wild.
There's when you online date, have you got into online dating?
Yeah.
Dude, it gets
Shout out, Don't Hate Me, Bro.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It gets weird. Like you'll find yourself on like your 6th date with someone with like a different person, and like they'll say something, and you're like, I knew you were gonna say that. Here's my response for this. And you're like, oh, you laughed. I knew you'd laugh at this. And then, dude, it gets real weird where you start hitting like almost stock lines.
Ugh. Yeah.
And you know the like, all right, this is gonna make you react this way, and it's it gets fucking weird.
And there's other guys on there because it's a message board talking to him like, what should I say to this?
Yeah.
What should I say to this? And he has like stock lines, not necessarily stock, but he's got a sense of humor that relates to women.
Right.
So like he'll say a joke that like negging kind of like he'll hit somebody up and be like, look, I don't give a fuck about going on dates. I'm not that guy. But if you want to get fucked, and like he'll say something like that, and it works.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
I believe it, dude.
It's like hot fucking chicks.
Damn.
Anyway. Yeah, that's the dating world.
Different world, yeah.
I'm way out of it.
All I do
I'm so glad
when I
I'm
go
out
on
of it.
online dating, dude, my first message is just "Daddy's home." Daddy's home.
How's that go? Yeah, whoever you get with
Come
that,
to daddy, dude.
that's not the lure you want. That's you're hunting. You're fucking fishing for flounders with that thing, dude. That's a bottom feeder fucking lure right there. Yeah, that's.
I did notice though in the current climate, I've encountered a lot of girls who like want to be roughed up while they're having sex.
They want to get choked. They wanna do
Choked,
that.
slapped,
Well, I'm
called
sure.
called a whore.
You know what? You know what's
A
interesting?
fucking
I'm
whore.
sure they,
That's what they
yeah.
want to be called.
I'm sure because there's such
It's weird.
like this.
I can't do that.
There's such a strong push to be like sex positive.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of these girls feel obligated to be like, choke me. Like I'm in command in the bedroom. Like, fucking,
No,
I
dude.
love this. And it's like,
That's what I thought, but they're like, no, seriously, slap me. I'm like, okay.
well, no, that's what I mean. Like, they're promiscuous. They're very fucking wild. They're down for whatever. I bet. I don't know. There's been a recent surge of like female sex positive shit. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
So like, I'm sure a lot of girls are out there that are like,
Saying they have orgasms.
I'm
and
one
stuff.
of these girls. I'm on Broad City. It's
Maybe.
like fucking, I love getting choked.
I don't know, dude. I could see what you're saying, but I'm like, I think it's chicks like to be fucking wrestled around, dude.
Yeah,
It's
probably.
kind of weird. I'm not a big fan of that. I'm a gentle love maker.
Are you?
Yeah, I don't like all the rough stuff.
I've heard you make love, dude. There's sounded nothing gentle about it.
You said I was a
heard
ruffian,
you
dude.
shout, dude.
That's true.
Heard you're fucking guttural
Well, that's just
love
that's
making.
just passion, dude. You've heard me.
Every time Matt leaves the bedroom, I sit there like Forrest Gump on the stoop. he's like, your mama sure does love your education.
Yeah, but be on the lookout for that, man. I'm telling you.
Anyway, so Steve's here to interpret
Yeah.
for me and Matt. Me and Matt, we got under. We've always had scrutiny of people being like, "You guys are alt-right,"
Yeah.
and we're not. It's really I don't. That's one thing I've never understood throughout this is how people don't get that we're not alt-right.
Yeah. I'm a classic.
Steve,
I'm
you
a
listen to
classic
it.
British liberal. That's what
You
I
are,
am.
dude.
So that's what I am.
You're a classic.
And Antifa.
And I'm an Antifa too.
You are very.
I just like the sticks and stuff, dude.
You just like hitting people with sticks.
Yeah, I'm wearing a bandana on my face.
You should go to like Indonesia or something. That's like a punishment, dude. You just hit people with sticks.
That'd be tight.
Yeah, you should be a fucking North Korean fucking or a Saudi Arabian
Yeah, but I could also
Executioner.
have an iPhone just do that here on the weekends and be like, man did it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you could just hit a white guy in the face and be like, he was a fucking Nazi.
Dude. Steve, explain Antifa.
Well, I
is it?
guess I mean, like, if I was gonna, if you're saying like interpret, I think like the main issue is criticism, whether or not you're allowed to criticize ideas or not. And so, like, from both ends of the political spectrum, from like, you can have the people who. This comes from Jonathan Rauch's book, Kindly Inquisitors, which I can't recommend enough.
Check it out.
I will say that. I'm going to cut you off. Steve does a good job of citing whatever the fuck he's saying.
Yep.
Well, because I'm
Always,
an
dude.
idiot. Because I like, if you get me slightly out of the narrow band of something that I've read, I don't know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. They're not my ideas.
But
Yeah.
we should back them up, yeah.
No, it's good, and it makes you sound
fuck
smarter.
That. If I read a book, dude, that's mine now.
Oh, dude, fucking
That's mine, dude.
What's
I
that
made
called? A Billion Wicked Thoughts.
Billion Wicked Thoughts.
That's Matt's.
That's my
Matt's,
book, dude.
That's
okay,
Matt's
all right,
fucking.
Authors are like Ogie Nogi and Matt McCusker, dude.
Matt is fucking ISIS, and that's his Quran, dude. Fucking Billion Wicked Thoughts is fucking Sharia law to Matt, dude. He's beheading anybody
Watch
that
those-
doesn't think dicks plunge.
Watch
cum.
those plungers, dude.
All right, sorry. Steve,
on.
explain
So,
Antifa.
well, no, I mean, so if let me just try it this way, and then you can tell me if this sucks. But if our goal is to make progress as a culture,
Yeah.
which is like the key, right? We need to make progress. We can't be stagnant because then we die, which sounds crazy, but that's true.
No.
A problem comes and you're like, I don't know what to do, and then you're dead.
It's how empires fall.
Exactly.
Yes.
So we need to make progress. And the way in which we make progress is through this simple method of trial and error correction. But that sounds simple, but there's this important facet to it, which is like it's dependent on criticism. So here's why criticism matters. Let's say I tell you the statement, all swans are white. Okay, can I ever prove that completely true? No, because I may not have seen every single swan that exists. I mean, what? Should I keep going?
No,
Yeah, please.
This is perfect. I just thought of a funny swan story.
Do it, please, God.
Please,
All right,
God.
there were two swans at Millersville in this pond in the middle of, like, by the dorms. They had a pond, and there were two swans, and they were like Millersville's. I forget what their names were. It was like black and yellow, not black and yellow, but like something. They were named after the school, and they were like mascots, unofficial mascots. And somebody got fucked up and beheaded one of them, and just left it there.
They painted two swans?
No, the swans were like named like
Oh, black.
Marauder and fucking
Gotcha.
Millie.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Someone cut their fucking head off?
like I would assume a fucking Muslim broke in there. Fucking one of those. They committed a sin. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry, I thought it was really funny to kill an animal for a school.
That's pretty funny.
Well, I think it's sad. But okay, so if I say all swans are white, can I ever prove that certainly true? No, because I may not have seen every single swan. I certainly don't know that every swan born in the future will be white. But if I tell you all swans are white, and then we observe just one black swan, then we know for a fact that not all swans are white.
But
So
but the black swan's faster.
of course,
Shane.
quick twitch. or
Matt
whatever.
is racist.
So the key there, though, is that we can definitely prove things false. We can't necessarily prove things true. So that's how we separate good ideas from bad ideas. We start out with a problem, we come up with all these different ideas to solve it, and then we systematically go through and try to prove our ideas false. And we do that through criticism. It can either be like argument, or it can be peer review or whatever. But when we get to an idea that tries we cannot prove it wrong, that's new knowledge. So when we look at like social justice warriors, a lot of what they're trying to do is prevent who can criticize ideas.
Yeah.
And that's a
Yep.
problem. And so it's like fascists do that, of like, Jews can't criticize an idea. And then social justice warriors do it because they'd say, well, you're going to hurt somebody's feelings.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing. It's like the knowledge creation game is not down with your feelings. It's just
Yeah.
not it. So
Damn.
And one thing that, because what was it, Mao in China? It was his communist dictatorship in
Yeah.
China. One of the things that they got in a lot of trouble for was he was having starvation all over China, and nobody would report it to him because they knew criticism resulted in fucking death. So, like, none of his top aides who knew about all these horrific, literally millions of people dying, just wouldn't report it to him.
Because he'd be like, what the fuck?
Because in those types of governments, you can't criticize
you're
anything. You
fucking
can't
up,
be
yeah.
like, dude, your fucking new policy with agriculture is killing millions of people,
Yeah.
or you're out.
So do you think they'll ever get the like the type? That's like I can see that being a stretch. Being like, well, dude, will Antifa really rise up and become like a dictatorship? It's like
No, of course not.
probably not. But dude, like imagine them just being fucking annoying forever. That would suck.
They're not. They're gonna.
They are changing little things.
They'll fade away. This whole thing will fade away.
Yeah, but like in your grade school now, it's like you get like a piece of paper and it's like
Yeah,
the
what are
gender
you?
rhinoceros and like
Yeah,
that's fucking weird to be in like
that is very weird.
second grade.
That
And then
is
like
very
I have to
weird.
tell a second grader like, yeah, I kind of think a lot of that stuff's kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
Then they go in, they're like, my dad said this is bullshit. And
Yep.
it's like that's like
now
using your
your
kid
kids-
is making you be like, yeah, that's how it
And
is.
now your kid's sent to the principal office with you,
Yeah,
and they're like, "Why'd you tell your kid this was bullshit? What are you, transphobic?"
yeah, it's pretty weird
I mean,
to
it's,
use the
it's
kids
an
against you.
institutionalized version of changing the way people think and act, and they are doing a good job of that. But I don't think they're a serious threat. That's threatening. That's fucking.
It's weird,
That's
man.
a weird way, and that's why I think there's a lot of, and I think we're gonna see it a lot now of like kids being like, "I'm gay" or "I'm trans,"
Yeah,
like young kids.
yeah,
Because I mean, think how impressionable they are, and if your parent's a fucking lunatic that's like, look how brave all these people are, they're so powerful. Of course, a little kid's gonna be like, I'm brave and powerful. I'm actually a girl.
fuck.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of that coming up too.
Yeah, there are a lot more. That's another thing too. It's like, do you think that it was frowned upon to be transsexual, and now a lot of people are becoming trans? There's like way more transsexual people now in the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Like I'll just when I shop at Whole Foods, it's like dudes in dresses everywhere.
I think it's somewhere in the middle, like most things. Like I think obviously all these new rights, gay rights, and all these new movements like allowed people to be more comfortable
Yeah.
and come out. But I also think there's a ton of people that are like, well, this is I have nothing going on in my life. This is something that would gain me a lot of attention. I'm trans. I think there's a lot of that.
Dude, that's wild.
I mean, that's what I think.
Yeah,
what
I mean,
the
I'm
fuck do
telling
I
you.
know? But
I
that's-
see a lot of half-ass people transing.
I heard, and this is crazy. I think I heard it on Joe Rogan's podcast, which is basically doctrine. That's dogma.
Yeah.
And I think in Canada, like if your kid, this is a stretch. This is basically like that story I told. But
Yeah.
I think if your kid is like, I'm like, let's say you have a little boy and he's like, I'm a girl. If you don't start giving him like hormone treatments, I think the state can administer that.
Whoa.
I think that's where they're trying to get that pushed.
Jeez.
And that's a fucking
terrifying, dude.
dangerous place where the state is a parent. You know, that's a fucking wild way to go. And I think that's
So you think it's so? Do you think they will get they'll get like power like that? A gay black dude would be like, you can never understand what it's like to be me, and then he'll be like, well, here's how your life is, and it's like, well, how the fuck are you? How did you can never?
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
like that's the move, but it's also at the same time, it's pretty possible to ignore all of that kind of stuff and just go about your day.
Yeah,
and
it
then hear
is.
him pop up, and you're like, huh, that's a weird person.
which is it's funny. Anytime I go home,
yeah,
that's what everyone's doing.
yeah,
That's what the rest of the country is doing. Is just being like my dad would turn on the news and see like something like Charlottesville and seeing Nazis and fucking Antifa and just be like, these people are fucking idiots. And
Yeah.
he would turn it off and he
Next
would go
channel.
golf. And then he would come home and work and pay his taxes.
yeah. It's weird to
Yeah.
think that they're gonna have kids. Like the Antifas
Antifa?
will meet at Antifas, have kids, and be like, everything's fucked up. You're fucked up. Fuck this.
Yeah, though.
It's as unfucked up as it's ever been in the history of the planet. It's
Yeah.
as
Yeah,
good as it's
exactly.
ever been.
Easy for you to say, Steve.
Yeah, Steve, you
Go
white,
ahead, give it to me.
You
Yeah,
white,
yeah.
white
Fucking
bitch.
asshole.
Yeah.
Of course it's easy for
But
We could also look at data.
you. Yeah.
yeah.
No.
what was I saw something? Remember that fucking World War II video I showed you about like the data? It showed you the number of casualties in each country and all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
It's crazy. It's a really cool thing you should check out. But at the end of it, he talks about the period of peace that we're in, and it shows the countries with like the top 40 GDPs in the world, and none of them are at war with each other. And it's the first time that's ever happened in as long as humanity's been recorded. Really,
Yeah.
is that there's not a major conflict in the entire world.
True.
And it's been that way since, I don't know, World War II.
Yeah.
That was it.
Can I also jump in on like that one point that you were making about how like if somebody says, well, you're not, a gay black man, therefore you can't have idea with it. That just fundamentally misunderstands how, again, knowledge is created and how we make progress. Like, the whole reason we open ideas up for criticism is because we assume that everybody is coming with a bias. You've got your bias, I've got mine. We test our ideas in the marketplace of conversation and we see what happens. But if you go the other way and say, well, you can't think of the right answer because you're not this, then that's just saying you think with your blood. That is like the start to how you want to start persecuting Jews.
Yeah.
Like, that is just step one. You think with your blood. So therefore you can't have this thought. You can't understand this.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So it's like, again, that's what I find frustrating about it is we've got this incredible system of knowledge creation that is protected by the West. And yet these people, like, don't understand how it works.
Yeah.
It's like, it is a staggering accomplishment, the shit that we're able to do. At some point, with medicine or flying around, or like, all this stuff. It's like, what led to this? Aren't you remotely concerned?
Yeah, it wasn't one guy being like, thank you, but we got this. Okay,
Right.
fuck you.
Right?
Yeah, it's true.
It's like if you do something great, you try and pick it apart and be like, what happened? Why did that work? And now let's replicate that.
Yeah,
and not fucking
why was
destroy
there
it.
just a boom of inventions in the United States at the turn of the century? Like, why is the United States this place where all these crazy inventions are coming out and all this crazy shit? And it's like, maybe we should, exactly like you said, try to replicate that.
Yeah.
What's going on there? It's free thought.
And yet, you'd say, we need to go communism. Are you, like, on the
wild.
face, that's insane.
Yeah.
And then, like, it also, this is a big point from David Deutsch, where, again, it's just like, the moment we stop creating knowledge, we're dead. And most civilizations that have ever lived are dead. Most species that have ever lived are dead. And it's just a matter of time then. Like, nature's going to get us in some way that we don't know. And the only thing that keeps us pacing ahead of nature is our unique ability that humans have in the cosmos to create knowledge. And that happens in very, very limited societies. And for right now, it is the West, and that's it.
Yeah.
Steve.
So if we go out on, you're saying we're about to go out on some fucking bitch shit right now.
Steve,
it's like, fuck
could
this.
you check your fucking privilege right now?
Yeah.
I'll
Steve,
be happy
check
to.
your white
Well,
fucking
let
privilege.
me not check it, because the whole point is. So
Here
like,
we go, Stevie.
Here's the thing that, like, I didn't. Okay, this is a raising tide brings up all ships, or whatever the fuck, however you want to say that.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, so let's even think about immigration, and so somebody's coming from Guatemala. There's a push, right, from Guatemala, which is like, they've got fucking nothing. There's no electricity. There's just dirt paths. They can't get shit. But if we could, through the knowledge creating machine that is the West, create things like solar energy. We can have 3D printers that are basically working off of, like, trash now. You can get them their own goods so that there's no longer a push. They can have zero marginal cost. Like, a fucking drone flies them out a 3D printer.
Yeah.
This is all stuff. It's like India. They never put up telephone poles because they just kind of skipped over and they had cell phones.
Fuck.
And so,
Yeah.
like, that can happen in these countries. Like, so it is the privilege, or whatever that means, is like the thing that's going to help people
Yeah.
in the world.
Yeah, where did we discuss this? We were at Bard's. We were at the bar talking about this.
Yeah.
About how, like...
Sorry, I don't mean to be on a...
No,
No,
this is
dude.
exactly what we
Fuck
wanted.
yeah.
This is the first fucking intellectual episode we've had.
True. Smart as fuck.
Episode 42. We're smart now, you gay faggots. You dumb faggots. We're smart. All right. We were talking about how, like, every problem creates another problem, but we're still building towards something. Like in India, what they do, like, there was a starvation epidemic, and NGOs and all that shit with food,
Yep.
they were able to feed everyone. And now there's an overpopulation problem, but there's always, like, you need to always keep working to solve the next problem. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Can I almost, like, re-say that?
Yeah,
with the
say it
story?
better. Say it better.
No, because I think it's
Say it
I think it's a
good.
really important one, because this is another thing that you'd get. So people that are, like, anti-GMO, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's understand what this all came about.
What's a GMO?
Genetically modified organism.
Okay.
Crops.
Yeah.
So what you were alluding to first is this aphorism by David Deutsch that problems are inevitable, but problems are solvable. And then when
Aphorism.
like a saying, I guess.
Here we go.
Yep.
Okay.
We're rolling.
Write it down.
Suck our dicks, listeners. Everybody who called us dumb, suck our dicks.
Once again, that's David Deutsch.
Yeah, we're talking Deutsch, aphorisms. Anything you want to fucking bring at us, we'll fucking talk good.
So
Get him, Stevie.
so you've got this problem in like the late 60s and the 70s, which is like India's headed for a mass starvation. And there was a guy named Paul Ehrlich that wrote about it in his book called The Population Bomb. He's like, there's going to be, everybody there is going to die, you know, all this like naysaying shit. And while he was doing that, Norman Borlaug, this scientist, was solving the problem. He created this genetically modified wheat crop. It grew a higher yield in a smaller area, required less water. And as Matt Ridley writes, he's like, before the ink was even dry in Ehrlich's book, Norman Borlaug solved the problem. And he's credited with saving, you can Google this, at a low estimate, 1 billion lives.
Fuck.
Yeah.
1 billion. And so then this is what's frustrating when people go, well, fucking GMOs and blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, you can sit here in your privileged area.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you get rid of GMOs, tons of people die.
Yeah.
But they're Africans, you know, or Indians. And so you don't.
Yeah, if you want to
Wow.
talk about
Yeah.
if you want to talk about free range chickens and free range cattle and all that, it's like, yeah, that's a nice thing for us to have. But
You
it's
have to-
also vital to
the
feed
free
the
range
entire
is different
world.
because that's kind of standard in a lot of third world countries.
No, but I'm saying we're able to mass produce tons of
Yeah,
fucking
it's tough.
meat
Yeah.
because they're not free range.
Yeah.
If there was just full free range on everything, that would be a problem
That'd
globally.
be tough, yeah.
Like shit like that.
What do you think, Steve?
It's hard when you try and get people in developing countries to live to the standards of the West. And this is like one of the... global warming is a thing. I think global warming is a thing.
Okay.
But then when you take a country and you say, well, you have to live up to certain regulations with the environment, but this is what they need in order to start developing, you really are conscripting people to suffer a lot. And so what I at least think the conversation about global warming should be is we're going to need a technological solution to that problem. So we're going to have to cool the planet, which we
Yeah.
can do. Like, again, David Deutsch had a tweet. He was like, if aliens showed up and they were like, you have 2 years to cool the planet, otherwise we're going to kill you. We would do it. It's
Really?
not...
How the fuck do they cool the planet?
Oh, they've already got like so many different...
Stop, dude.
Yeah.
How?
Yeah, they can do it.
Yeah, you
How?
can-
We can do it.
Why don't they fucking do this anyway?
because they're just wanting to make
it's hot
sure
as
that...
fuck
the-
today. cool that shit down,
Yeah,
dude.
helium was
I
hot
was
as fuck,
sweating
dude. It was
today,
hot
dude.
in the comedy club
I don't want
tonight.
to sweat anymore. What the fuck? What do they got to turn on?
They've got different ideas of how to do it. They just want to make sure what's the safest way.
Just giant air conditioners.
Maybe. That might
Damn,
be
dude.
necessary.
Please do that.
But anyway, that's just speaking to...
Yeah, no, I
Shane's point.
agree. That's like being like, hey, Yemen or fucking Congo, move to solar. It's like, they
Well,
can't.
should.
They
Yeah.
can't do it.
Yeah.
No, they just can't.
But if someone hooked them up with the tech and was like, here,
Well, I don't even think we're hooking ourselves up with the tech.
oh, we got the tech, dude.
When we
Maybe
do,
France will fucking...
Well, when we get the green light, dude, we're ready. We got some good fucking solar. There's no way they haven't figured out all that shit already.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
kinda-
there is, but there's a lot of people in the way of it.
I know.
You know,
Big money, dude.
All that. There's a lot of oil money. There's a lot of that shit that's
I
just
know.
really in the way of. I'm sure in the way of that type of production.
I love that big money.
But
you
that's-
love big money.
It's in the way. I love people
I
blocking
thought you were
innovation.
Antifa, dude.
No, I'm back.
You're back
I'm
now.
a
You're
dirty
fucking
capitalist right now.
fuck yeah, fuck yeah, dude. It's good to have you back.
Hell yeah.
Capitalism's best.
Solar's not real.
Solar's fake, dude. You
Oil.
just saw that eclipse.
Coal and oil, dude.
All I care about is coal.
Yeah.
Bring me up to Shamokin, Pennsylvania, dude. Bring me up to the coal hole in Jim Thorpe, PA. We need some miners.
Well, that is funny. We were talking about how people, if you can't talk about stuff, the next step is just fighting. Like if you lose the ability to be like, yeah, but here's what if they're like, fuck you, it's like, all right, now we're gonna just fist
That's
fight.
it.
And it's like people don't think about that. If you can't say what's on your mind, all you can do is just strangle a person.
And the because right now there's so many times that people are equating words with violence, and you're like, just play that through in your head.
Yeah.
And again, in Roush's book, he writes about this, where it was like when Salman Rushdie wrote his book that got the fatwa.
Satanist.
Yeah, Satanic Verses.
Mm-hmm.
It offended the Ayatollah. So Ayatollah was offended. So then he said, "You must die," because to the Ayatollah, words is no different from violence. And yet that's exactly what
Muslims, dude.
SJWs.
What do you think of Muslims?
Fuck. What do I think about Muslims?
I think they get offended by words, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it all
They
depends
can
on the
kill
fucking...
over some words, dude.
The hardcore ones, yeah.
Well, yeah, obviously I'm not talking about fucking Ahmed Weinberg. I'm not talking about fucking
What if,
Mekki.
dude?
I'm not talking about Mekki trying to behead people over the satanic verses.
Yeah, they definitely get the most butthurt about words, no doubt.
And we actually, talking to Islam, we had that conversation today.
What?
Because I was talking about how, like in Charlottesville, like the Nazis, apparently all fucking 300 of them.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, that's not a population we should be worried about.
No, what
It's
is... What,
300 fucking dumb white guys. Like, it's such a small population. And then Steve was like, what do you think that equates at all to Islam? And he was just trying to play satanic verse advocate.
Sure, saying like, does the same argument then apply to?
Yeah. And my argument was absolutely not, because white American Nazis aren't running any fucking entire regions of the world. And then I was like, also a liberal cunt would be like, actually, Donald Trump's a Nazi, so they pretty
Yeah.
much run America. The Klan and Nazis run America, and it's like, why is that where we're at?
And I don't know. This idea is just a thought, but like, isn't it taking a photo of a Nazi like way worse than anything else you can do? Right now?
Some fucking retarded guy in a T-shirt that has a quote from Adolf Hitler on the back of it. That should be seen by 4 people in
Yeah.
Southwest Virginia. His friends, his family, and the guy that works at the gas station.
Yeah, that shouldn't
That's
make
the
it
only
out of, like,
people
the
that should
parking
see
lot.
that.
True.
But there's a lot of profit to be made when it comes to racism.
Oh, hell
And
yeah, dude.
that's what's really been bothering me about this whole thing, because I think, and I said this to you earlier, I was like, yeah, there's, like in Boston, it's like, all right, there's 40 Nazis and 900 photographers. You know what I mean? It's
that's
like
pretty wild.
we've given these fucking idiots the biggest platform we've given anybody in our entire country right now. Is like, think of the fucking Nazi from that Vice episode, that white nationalist.
Yeah.
Everybody knows him now.
So the guy who's
he
eating
should
his...
be unknown.
Yeah, it's true.
He's a fucking idiot.
What do you think about the protesters getting paid to be there?
I don't know about
Do you
that.
believe in that at all?
What about that?
I've heard before that. Well, there was a thing on. Apparently, the Clinton administration got caught a couple times.
Yeah, I saw that.
The one reporter was like, "Yeah, they've told us to, like, they'll put people there to, like, get it to
Yeah,
make sure it escalates."
in Chicago, particularly,
Yeah.
where that Trump rally in Chicago got
Yeah, they got-
canceled
yeah.
Oh, that's right.
because there was violence incited, and apparently a lot of the Democrats in Chicago were responsible for that. But the whole thing is like, number one, the Democrats are clearly profiting off this. Clearly,
Yeah.
like, this is clearly like we're the right party. We're
Oh,
the
yeah.
correct party right now. Look at what the Republicans brought you. They gave you Nazis.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good move by them to be like, and I mean, this is going to make me sound a little Alex Jonesy, but the fucking liberal media just perpetuating this every single day because racism sells in America, of like every single day being like, look at these Nazis here. Look at that. What is this? Blah, blah, blah. It's
yeah.
like,
Well, it's
like, dude, they're idiots.
it's slowly gaining. They're slowly getting more powerful, and it's like, dude,
They're not.
I doubt it.
They're
How
not
many
getting
people showed up
powerful.
to the rally in Boston? How many Nazis?
Less than 100. And they all hung out in like a gazebo in the Boston Commons. And they were surrounded by 20,000 counter protesters.
Dude.
You know how dumb you have to be a fucking one of 20,000 counter protesters to be like, Nazis are coming, not in my city.
Yeah.
Why is
Nazis
that-
aren't coming.
But why is that dumb? Like to come out and say, kind of, we don't want you here.
I mean, you're allowed to,
Yeah.
but you're only making their voice stronger if that's what you're doing.
Right.
If you're
You
coming
could
out
totally ignore them.
and being like, these are Nazis, it's like, no, these are 40 dumb white guys, fat fucking idiots, standing by themselves holding up "Don't tread on me" flags. And it's
Yeah.
like, just let them go.
Well,
They are
it must be
worthless.
fun, like when you're with your boys being a Nazi or they're hanging out, and like you go out into the people and you're like, fuck, dude, I don't know if I really
Well,
want
I
to
bet
be a
it
Nazi
empowers them.
anymore.
I guarantee it empowers
You think
them.
they get
if
off
you
of that?
walk out and you see a crowd of people being like, fuck you guys, and it's
Yeah.
like, we're just here for free speech.
I guess it does make you kind of significant.
It makes them. I mean, it's like fucking walking onto a stage in front of 20,000 people. They're literally standing on a stage
So you're
in front of
saying
20,000
Nazis
protesters.
are the modern day rock stars, is what you're
They
trying
are
to say.
the modern. They're the Beatles.
So
dude.
Nazis are the new chefs right now.
The chefs.
Chefs are like the current rock stars. Now it's Nazis.
Yes,
Sick. All right.
Nazis have been given a platform that they should never fucking have.
Yeah.
And our whole country's in this hysteria of.
If you're a Nazi now,
ridiculous.
are you like just basically picking up where Hitler left off? You're like, we gotta get. Are they like German? Are they like all about Germany still, or is it just
No,
like,
no, no. I think they're all about.
Is that what a neo-Nazi is? Like I'm an American Nazi.
Yeah, I think it's about like. I think the 14 words or whatever that they all live by or whatever is like we need to create. This isn't going to be 14 words, but the gist of it's like we need to create a better life for white families and white children.
That's what a Nazi is right
That's
now.
what they're doing.
It's not like they're not trying to pick up where.
They're not trying to kill all the Jews.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I'm sure
that's
they would.
So that I don't. Yeah, because I hear people
I
getting
don't
called a
know.
Nazi. I don't know what the fuck they are.
Yeah.
Well, right now, if you're a Republican,
I thought they were just like Captain America's, dude. They just
No.
got unfrozen in time. And they're like, oh fuck, war's still on.
Yeah, it's also kind of a bizarre thing because they did lose the war, right? So it's like it's almost like playing imaginary guns. It's like I shot you. It's like no,
Yeah.
no, you did.
I'm back.
I don't know. I just think the whole thing. And here's something that's been bothering me. Let me know what you guys think about this. Is both sides in our country, like right or left, has zero accountability. Neither side will accept any level of accountability
Fuck no,
ever
dude.
on anything.
Yeah.
Something bad can happen to Trump, and I mean, these tweets and all this shit are interchangeable. It's like when Obama got elected, they burned him in effigy and all this shit, and that was in response to Kathy Griffin holding up Trump's head, and then like, and you can just reverse that. Like
Yeah.
if a liberal was like, "This is cool," and it's Trump's head, somebody can be like, "I don't know." There's
Yeah,
just
we were down in Maryland. There was a toilet that like you'd pee into the urinal, and it was just Obama's mouth, and you're just peeing on Obama's face. So it's like, yeah, there was that too.
Yeah, but that's not acceptable. So if you're on the right, you need to acknowledge that's fucking retarded.
I'm trying to think if I
But
peed
neither
on
side
Obama's
will
mouth.
ever-
I'm in Maryland. I'm like, I think I peed like over his head. I think
Out of respect.
Out of respect, I peed like and just let it rain down. But yeah,
But
is.
neither side will ever
Oh no.
ever accept responsibility for anything that's going on.
Well, you shouldn't.
Ever.
There's no point for them to.
They
They're,
need
they're
to.
every day like we're the best. We're the best. No, we're the best. No, they did
Yeah,
this. Like,
it's
nah,
crazy.
you did that.
It's crazy.
I think you kind of got to be dumb. No offense if you guys are like either staunch Republicans or Democrat,
No.
but I think you kind of got to be dumb to be like, oh, I'm a through and through, and it's just like,
yeah, for sure.
all right.
It's
Unless
great-
you're just unless it's purely financial. If you're like, look, whatever makes me the most money, I don't give it. That's what I, that's what I
Yeah,
do.
yeah, but at that point you could still have
Beliefs.
different. Yeah, right. Social preferences that
Yeah,
don't.
like for example, like right now the media just destroys Trump. Like every single thing he does, and then Trump would come out, or somebody would come out and be like, "This is the most scrutinized president of all time," and then the left can be like, "Did you see what you said about Obama when he was elected?"
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like, all right, maybe that was wrong. If that was wrong, let's try to fix it.
Well, they'll be like, well, why are you fixing it now? Because he's
Yeah,
white.
exactly.
Yeah.
And it's both sides, and it's always been that way, and it'll still be that way. And it's, but right now it seems to be much more ramped up.
They're making it seem like so politics now come down to race, where it's like if you're a Republican, you're clearly a racist. Like there's
Yeah.
not like
Yeah, they've done a
an
good job of
economy
that.
that you know what I mean. That people are thinking about jobs, money, and they're like, no, it's about the KKK and fucking racism.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
dude, that's like.
It's
It's
about
not people aren't fucking most people are not thinking about that. They're trying to like
yeah.
put their kids through school,
It's about
get
all-
money, and then just go to bed and have
It's
a
about
house.
all, at a high estimate, all 8,000 members of the KKK. At a
Yeah.
high estimate, 8,000. To put that in perspective, more people will be at the Cumberland Valley High School football game this weekend. How crazy is that?
Yeah,
That's what we're worried about. It's like these people have no fucking power. They are fucking idiots.
Yeah.
The more we are all fucking afraid of them, the more we're giving them a chance.
who was the guy who got like real high up? David Duke.
David Duke used to be the head of the Klan.
What was his? Didn't he become like the mayor or something?
I don't know.
What did David Duke do?
I just know him
He
as
probably
a
had
Nazi.
money and
He
was
ran
able to,
for politics, I think.
Yeah. He was probably able to fucking make a run.
Yeah.
A lot
But
of
even so-
racists have made runs.
As soon as those guys hit the light, it's like, fuck, David Duke, you're in the KKK, bro. You can't have a job
Yeah.
like that. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Like, that guy's not fucking like running stuff. But then is Bannon friends with Duke? Trump has a weird tie to Duke that people are like, bro, denounce him. He was like, no.
No, Trump
I'm not
Trump had a
going
weird
to.
tie to him because at first David Duke came out and endorsed him.
Yeah.
And this was during the campaign, and someone was like, what do you think about David Duke? And Trump kind of was just like, I don't fucking know about David Duke. I don't know anything about him. And that was it.
Oh, okay.
And people were like, he's a fucking Klansman.
Damn.
There's a ton of fake news back and forth. And yeah, I think
Dude, imagine if he secretly was in the Ku Klux Klan. If it
there's
really,
no way that that's his goal.
I'm saying to run that through your head to be like at night he gets home, sits down, like slips the hood on, he's like, another day is done.
Yes.
I got them.
Yes.
That's fucking wild.
That's probably what a lot of people think.
yeah.
I mean,
on
fuck,
some level.
it was no, it's not on some level. It's
He has
on the
like a
cover
ti-
of the fucking New
He has
Yorker.
like a tiny burning cross he keeps secret,
Yeah.
and it's like
It's on the cover of the fucking on the New Yorker. It was a fucking image of Donald Trump in a sailboat, and the sail was made out of the hood of a Klan.
That's what it was supposed to
and
be?
he was blowing it.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, there's a huge fucking push to make the current president a Klansman. That's what we're supposed to equate him as, and I can't do it.
It's kind of ingenious though. If that was someone's fucking invention, like if Hillary Clinton was like, "Yeah, you think you beat me? Watch this." That's fucking ingenious.
I mean, it is the Democrats.
Yeah.
Also it's him. Let's not forget, he's clearly fucking up almost
True.
24/7. But it's also the left that's exacerbating every mistake he makes constantly.
it's
I mean,
pretty fucking wild.
The entire country is all right. So he's fucking up, and then the rest of the country is pushing him to fuck up.
What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. So he's fucking up almost daily
Yeah.
as a president.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the country, the media, everyone, is making it worse by exaggerating his failures every single day.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And we're in this state of fucking like chaos right now, as far as I'm concerned. It's not chaos, but it seems that way.
Yeah. I mean, my day to day is still fine. You know.
Yeah.
Seriously, that's how I judge it. I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, still good.
I was driving home today, and it was beautiful. There were farms, all that stuff, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh, so this is World War III.
What?
Just
Oh,
regular
this
life.
is- yeah.
Like what everybody was saying was coming. Here it is.
Yeah.
This is not like totally on subject, so we can angle it back.
No, get
but
off subject.
If you one pod like what's that Audible like listen to Them by John Ronson.
Yeah.
He's a humorous journalist, and that's how he describes it. So he's British, and he reads his own books, and it's great. But he does in Them he goes and hangs out with extremists. And one of the guys, this is back in the day, was Alex Jones.
Yeah.
And so this is the first time I'd ever heard of Alex Jones or whatever. He's like, this guy, and he's describing him as he is bombastic, whatever, claims that there's this secret Bilderberg meeting where they go and these high up
Yeah,
officials
yeah, yeah.
burn this owl effigy. And he's writing this whole thing from the point of like, Alex Jones is insane.
Yeah.
And then they're like running through the woods, and sure enough,
Yeah, there's the video of it.
They find the video of it. Like
Yeah.
they
Holy fuck.
record it.
Yeah,
And
it's really
then-
funny. I've seen that.
It's crazy.
Wild.
Well, he
And-
was the one who figured out that they told the cops to stand down in Charlottesville. He reported
found that out?
He
Damn.
broke that, and everyone's like, "Get the fuck out of here!" And there's people from like the Times who are like, "Yeah, actually, it's fucking true."
Ugh.
But no
don't
one was
know
saying
anything
anything.
about
He
that.
broke
Oh,
it.
Okay.
here's a perfect example, clearly, of these people profiting off this shit. And I don't mean financially necessarily, but you know what I mean. They're gaining power and money from this.
Yeah.
They told the cops in Charlottesville to stand down.
Yeah,
I mean,
dude.
how much more do you need to see for these people to be like, you know what would help me as a politician? Chaos right here. And
Yeah.
for me to come out and stand strong against hate. It's
Yeah.
like, dude, this thing's nuts.
Wouldn't they? But couldn't they tell them to stand up because they didn't want like more like violence against police?
No, they told them to stand down because they were just like,
Let
if they're
them
going to
fight.
fight, let them fight.
Let them fight it out.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I get that. The last thing the mayor of Charlottesville wanted was like a black kid getting choked with a baton. Literally, that's
right.
what they're like, dude. We can't have that. But it's like you have like fucking riots, dude. You have to break them up. You can't be like, ah, fuck it. Like it's not fucking Game of Thrones. Be like, let them bicker. You have to stop it.
Right.
You have to stop that. Like,
Right,
were you
no,
here
it's-
for the Phillies when the Phillies won the World Series? People were like flipping cars over and shit. And dude, it turns. If you let people do shit like that, they'll burn down everything.
Right.
Like I saw cars getting flipped over. People were throwing fucking shit through like luggage stores and
Mad
stuff.
Antifa, dude.
Dude, it just
2008 Phillies World Series was
I'm
just
telling you,
fucking
man.
Antifa.
Were you out? Did you see the?
I was in Westchester.
Dude, were you in Philadelphia for that?
No.
That was fully
Yeah, it
like
was crazy.
Literally saw
Even
a
in
car get flipped
Westchester.
over. I was in a deli. People was drinking beers, throwing shit around. It was fucking chaos. And then finally a bus came. Cops got out in riot gear, and everyone's like, "Fucking
Yeah,
stop!"
pray to Christ.
Like,
the
dude,
Eagles
if
never
that
win a
got
Super
if that
Bowl.
didn't get interrupted, it would have looked. It would have been horrible.
Yeah.
It would have been Olympus has fallen, dude. Like that would. That's where it will go to.
Did I ever tell you about my friend at the Phillies game when Osama bin Laden got shot?
No.
And he was kind of an idiot. And Osama bin Laden had just been shot. And he was at that Phillies game that's like a fucking classic where the whole crowd just breaks down to a USA chant.
Yeah.
And like the players are on the field talking to each other like, holy fuck, what happened? And like, but so the crowd breaks out in this USA chant. My friend's fucking, he's a big meathead. He played defensive end at Westchester. Like he was a jacked fucking guy. And he was like, what the fuck happened? And somebody was like, Osama's dead. And he thought he yelled, Obama's dead. And he was like, it's weird the whole crowd's happy. And then he joined the chant and was like, USA, yeah, fuck that guy.
Oh, that's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
It's like, finally, we've come to our senses.
Yeah, we got him.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, that's but no, that's exactly right. I mean, the whole thing of just I think that's what annoys me the most about the whole and like I end up sounding like I'm a conservative, like I'm right. Like I'm some alt-right fucking dickhead because I hate what the left is doing. Obviously, I hate what the right's doing. Like even like I said during Charlottesville, when I was sitting there, I was watching the news. It was the day after our live podcast. I was feeling strong white guilt. Like, I mean, oh, dude, I fucking opened the live podcast. Like, I came out, I was like, white people. Like, I was, the whole time we've both been kind of tongue in cheek, alt-right, like jokingly, like, fuck yeah, dude, Trump's the man, all that shit. Clearly joking. If you believe us, you're a fucking idiot. But I was watching the news and, like, I was seeing all that shit unfold, and I was just like, holy fuck.
That was bad.
And then Trump was going to give a speech at 3, and I was just like, before he came out, I was like, he's gonna fuck this up. He's definitely gonna fuck this up. I was like, and I was like, come on, dude, come on, like just one time,
Yeah, please
just
don't.
get this fucking right. And of course, he comes out 20 minutes late. There's been like, it was a VA fucking bill that he was passing. That's what the meeting was for. And like these 5 veterans were just standing there for 20 minutes, like real awkwardly because the camera was live. And then he comes out and he's like. He handled it like a fucking idiot.
He went right
'cause that's
into
what
it.
he is. He handled it like a fucking moron. He didn't denounce white supremacy, which would have been the easiest thing in the world to do.
Yeah.
Again, you're denouncing 300 people.
Yeah.
It's not a hard fucking sell. But then, anything he does is just like, God damn it, dude. Like, please do well.
He's fucking 70 too.
Please do well. I want you to do well.
Dude.
And that's where this is another thing. I think a lot of people don't have a very strong vested interest in the president not doing well.
Definitely, dude.
And they want him to fail every step of the way.
Well, if he fails,
I mean-
then they can go like, "Told you, straight white
Yeah, of
men were
course.
the worst," and it's just like,
Not even that. At least the Democrats can be like, told you,
yeah,
we're the best. And that's what's going to happen. And that's what is happening. I mean, we're witnessing a complete failure. Even, do you see him fucking look at the eclipse? God damn it, dude. I was watching that live, too. I was like, come on, Donald.
dude. But it's not. It's until
Get this right. And he walks out without glasses and stares at it, and the whole crowd laughs at him.
dude.
I'm like,
Until
Jesus Christ.
until like the yeah, but it's like it's not even a complete failure until like you go outside and like the grocery store shelves are empty.
No, of
and, like,
course. Of course.
we're fucking
The
chilling.
economy's doing well,
Yeah.
apparently. He keeps
And-
saying that, and I believe him.
dude.
I
Yeah, dude,
went
it's,
to-
I mean, I
Yeah.
know construction's busy.
Good.
So I mean, did he do that? Probably not. But
No, it seems like he's piggybacking off the end of the Obama
dude.
president, but it's still it's funny that he keeps reiterating that. He's like, unemployment
Jobs.
at an all-time low.
yeah.
And it's like, oh, that had nothing to do with you. But all right, that's good.
So
That's
many
good.
jobs. There's gonna be jobs.
Many things are going great.
And just the one thing I wanted to say from, because I don't know if you'll use it from earlier, but like this idea of the democracy of what makes it really good, because I feel like this is the classic point to just drill home. So sorry if I'm being
No.
redundant. You just
No,
haven't
no,
said
no.
I've said it, but it's like democracy is not about us electing the perfect politician or putting in place the perfect policy. It's about us being able to peacefully remove the bad ones, and that is like And it doesn't always get everybody what they want, but it is the way to make progress, and we've made enormous progress. And every other road leads to tyranny. So if you're not a fan of Trump, like, all right, vote him out
Yeah.
and show why your ideas are better ideas, but don't
lose to him
right.
in a fucking debate or a campaign. Don't lose to him. How do you lose to him?
Well, you do exactly what you described earlier, just in reverse, where it's like you can't call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
You can't say Islamic fundamentalism.
Yeah,
You
and
literally
that's-
can't
How
say
about that?
those-
I mean, and here's exactly the thing that I've been complaining about. How neither side will be like, "Well, this happened," or like both sides every single time is like, it's like, "Hey, you're wrong," and it's like, "Well, this happened, so how about when you did it?" That's what it always is. So like with Trump not denouncing white supremacy while the thing was taking place in Charlottesville, the Democrats point to that and are like, "What the fuck?" But then it's like, well, Obama never denounced Islamic extreme, like, you know, he never denounced extremism in Islam for 8 fucking years.
Yeah. It's
Really?
a similar thing where people were like, Obama's a fucking terrorist.
Yeah, and it's
Obama-
like,
yeah,
okay,
it is
so
the
the
same
right
fucking
needs to
thing.
shut the fuck up about that, and the
Yeah.
left needs to shut the fuck up about that. Or they
Yeah.
both need to admit it was wrong. But instead, neither side will admit it, and they'll just be like, yeah, but remember when Obama wouldn't denounce Islamic terrorism?
Yeah.
And they'll be like, yeah, well, remember when Trump wouldn't denounce the KKK?
I don't understand
It's like-
how no one realizes, or not no one, but like a lot of them don't realize, like, all right, say I'm like a staunch fucking conservative. It's
Mm-hmm.
like you also need liberal thinkers. Otherwise, the whole country turns into like a Mad Max bunker with like barbed wire fences. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and then
we-
if you're just super liberal and you run the country, then there's no borders. Everyone runs out of food. No one
Yeah.
did any of the fucking math. It's just like, yeah, man, come on in, bro. Sick.
Yeah.
Like you need both sides, so they should even have the president should be neither. The president should have to be like, I like both sides, and here's my thing with both of that. To be like, I'm staunch this. It's like, well, no, you can't fucking no. You know what I mean? It makes
Yeah.
no sense to be like,
Yeah, for
I
sure.
pledge allegiance to this one party, and it's like, yeah, but like you kind of need both
Yeah, it
sides.
does
of
suck that we're down to 2 parties.
So I
That's
think,
a
yeah,
real
it's
problem.
weird, dude.
I actually think I thought that too, but then there's an argument that that's actually a good thing, because if you have this more parliamentary system, which I don't know how they work exactly, but let's
Yeah,
say
yeah,
you've
yeah.
got like 8 parties,
Mm-hmm.
and what they have to do, because nobody will get a majority, you have to form a coalition. So what you can do is have like one of those parties that has like very, very few, represents very few of the people, but yet who selects them to get them to get their votes will then get in power. So it's basically like if you had the Democrats and Republicans and they have to vie for like the Green Party. This Green Party suddenly has so much power, even they represent very few people.
Well, that's probably how we got to 2 parties.
Yeah.
Is it probably was like the Whigs and the Bull Moose and the Republicans
Moose.
and the Democrats and all these crazy fucking parties, and then they all finally eventually joined forces, and we ended up with 2.
Yeah, and the thing is like those, but the good thing at least is that if the Democrats lose for a significant period of time, they will change eternally. It'll kind of like become
yeah.
a different party.
That's true.
Yeah. It improves
Right.
because of competition.
Yeah, the
Yep.
Republicans are doing that. They're cool now. There's a lot of like it's almost literally like Mac versus PC. Like, did you ever see like cool PC commercials?
yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
guys, fucking stop. There's like a dude sitting there like in like a blue gray background. He's like whoosh, touching all these screens. Like, yeah, man.
I don't know what I hate more in a politician, like being super religious or being super cool. I'm not sure what I hate
Super
more.
cool, definitely.
Super cool is like, they're both incredibly fake.
Like Bill Clinton hitting the sax with the shades on. Like,
Oh, dude. The Democrats
so weird.
trying to be cool pisses me off so fucking much.
no, the worst was the Obama.
Obama was
Biden.
so
The
cool,
Obama
dude.
Biden like
bromance,
Yeah,
dude.
the bromance.
Yo.
Like these guys love getting ice cream and listening to
It's
Coldplay.
like, check it out. They love Coldplay.
Dude.
Yeah, that was, I mean, and I actually liked Obama, but I fucking hated that social media shit they
I've
would
never
do.
liked a politician.
I mean,
I've literally
as a
when they
politician.
talk, I'm like, these guys are fucking freaks.
I mean,
all
I
of them.
didn't like him as much as I like Notre Dame.
True,
It's like I don't see any fucking Obama posters down here.
dude. I'm telling you, man. I people were like, I loved him. I'm like, he was all right. I don't know. I never really met
Yeah,
him.
he also killed a lot, and
Yeah, but it's like, dude,
he's
maybe,
a snake politician, just like the rest of them.
dude. I don't know. When people are like, he's my favorite. This is my favorite president. It's like, Like, I know people like George Bush was the best. It's like, I guess, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like, I guess.
dude, what a push George Bush has made as far as
came
likability,
back, dude, yeah.
He's so funny and adorable.
Yeah, he is.
I always thought he was funny and adorable, but yeah, that's
Teddy Roosevelt guy got shot and gave a speech.
yeah, that's a
That's
bull
true.
moose.
Oh, is that who he is?
That's how he's tougher than a bull moose.
Really?
Yeah, I think he had a speech in his pocket where he got shot, and then he stood up on stage and gave the speech.
Fuck.
I mean, that's
That
fuck.
should be
That's a
good,
leader.
That'd be a good debate thing. You gotta take one to the shoulder and be like, all right, dude, how
yeah,
we gonna do this?
yeah. Or at least a dead arm.
A nice
At least
dead
it's
arm
a
would be
solid
good.
dead arm.
Or like a ball tap. You get hit in the nuts and you gotta go in front of the country and be like, God damn it.
Yeah, get that cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what a podcast, dude. What a podcast. This is where are we at time wise?
An hour, 15
We're
minutes.
an hour and 15.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, time's flying.
I know.
Time's flying.
What else do you know about Steve?
Steve, give us some other things you know.
No, I don't know. Can I just ask you guys stuff and then
Yeah.
like maybe if you don't?
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
go
funny,
ahead.
right? Like for the talk. So one of the things about like knowledge creation is like what are the limits of it, and the only limits are the laws of physics. This is like David Deutsch's big thing. It's like if the laws of physics permit it, we can do it, given that we create the right knowledge. Right? Doesn't
Yeah.
guarantee that we will, but just that we can. So I'm trying to figure out a way of like doing that for the talk where I'm like.
Explain the talk.
Yeah, what's
The
the talk?
the talk is just supposed to be a comedic way of distilling information.
So Steve
Okay.
has these, and you can check them out on what, stevegerben.com or Steven
yeah.
Gerben?
Steve Gerben.
Steve Gerben, GERBEN.com. Steve Gerben, and he's given talks. I've seen them. They're on YouTube. You can check out his website. They're really funny and informative. You gave that immigration talk. You gave
Yeah.
the Saudi Arabian talk.
And
Like
I
the-
actually got some good criticism from David Deutsch on the immigration talk.
Yeah, which is sick.
DD hit you up?
Yeah,
dude.
because I
What?
asked some questions about this. Yeah, the immigration talk, I would like to... It's like I'd like to hedge a few things, but I don't know if like I can.
Go ahead,
now.
explain your
It's
original
super helpful.
and what was the problem with it.
So I think the big thing I wanted to convey, the piece of information I thought was really interesting, is that allowing people to. So we always think of like goods crossing borders, but we don't think about labor crossing borders as much. If I'm, and the thing is that allowing people to move and take a job is the fastest, most efficient, effective way to pull them out of poverty. And so then that is something we don't factor in, right? We give a lot of money to places like Haiti, and it basically goes to shit to a large degree.
Thanks to the Clinton Foundation.
Right? But you could let them come and take jobs. Now the question is like, what happens when they come and take jobs? And in the talk is like very, pro like. But a couple things I don't do. I don't tell you how many or what kind. So it's like, do you want to let in the like the college grads, or do you want to let in, the people without degrees? And this is like it's an easy thing for me to give the talk and not have to answer that question, but you have to answer that question.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then the other thing is,
Can I say something?
Yeah.
When you said pull them out of poverty, you're talking about the worker.
yes,
And from an American perspective, that's where I can see people having a problem with that.
Go
It's
ahead.
like, because why do I give a fuck if a Guatemalan has poverty? We need to be focusing on American poverty.
sure.
That would be
Yeah, and that, I mean, here's my
a very
response to that.
simple response. Yeah.
Definitely. My response to that would be that there's certainly going to be setbacks, and it seems like and some people would be very upset that I said seems like, but that it would lower the wages of low-skilled high school dropouts in the U.S., because that's where the job competition is going to come from. But a common misconception about the economy is that it's a fixed size, and this is what I talk about in the beginning, that it's like a basketball court where it's like somebody comes in, they've taken your job. But that's not necessarily the case. Like when you bring more people into a society, those are people who need to eat food, rent houses, all these things that then in themselves create jobs.
Yeah.
So you take like women and you add them to the workforce. It's not like we're all fucked. Right?
Yeah.
But there are trade-offs, and this is what, the point is like that's a topic, and I don't want to walk back too much, because it's just immigration's a tough topic, and
Yeah.
I
But then you talked to David Deutsch and you kind of changed your tune a little bit.
did. I think here, if I had to say my opinions on immigration now, it would be this. Kind of what I said earlier. Namely, that... What?
No, go ahead. I heard our roommate upstairs yell about a video game, and it kind of sounded like he was responding to what you were saying. Like, if I had to change my mind on immigration, I just heard, "Holy shit!" It's just,
Again, I don't know how helpful this is going to be to your listeners, because I don't know if they're going to watch.
Fuck
watch
our
the
listeners,
thing.
dude.
Okay, would be this: is that again the rising tide sort of idea of like we
Yeah.
can do better in the world if we create more knowledge, and so like I think that we should preferentially pool the smartest people here, and you know.
yeah.
It's a tough call to make because again, it's almost like Grapes of Wrath,
So
where
it's
like
actually-
these people are getting pushed out and they have nowhere to go and they're trying to provide for their families.
Yeah.
Some, right? I'm not,
Yeah, some are bailing.
right.
Yeah.
but and it's hard to say you can't come in. It's just like it's morally a hard thing. But I think if you had to pick, you would pick the best of the best.
Which actually sounds a lot like Trump's current.
it is Trump's current.
Yeah, so
it-
you
and
gotta
it's-
watch that.
And it's also
No,
like
he's got- yeah,
George
he's got a-
Borjas. Yeah.
He's
like-
got a plan. He's got like a point system where it's like if you're a college grad, you get X amount of points.
Huh.
There's like a point system to get
So
into this
Canada
country.
does.
So
Yeah.
we basically want all the world's
We want
nerds.
good people. We don't want.
We want all the
fucking-
nerds.
We don't want the lads, dude.
What?
Yeah. We don't want the lads, dude.
Didn't they do a thing though? Being well, I guess that's different. 'Cause that's like
No, we want the lads, dude. We want the legal lads.
true.
But I also
Suppose.
I would still say that the 11 million undocumented immigrants like here that they do need a path to citizenship,
Yeah.
because it's like if you got people working and they're contributing to the economy, and I mean like what the fuck.
Yeah.
They're here, they're working a job, they're contributing to the economy, and then they got to worry that
They are definitely contributing to comedy. There's mad immigrants contributing
Yeah, but
right now.
if you have so if
Shout
you-
out Hassan Minaj, your special sucked. You fucking. Never mind.
But if you, Hassan, if you're if you have a company though, and it's like you can either hire like, say for instance like a white college kid,
Yeah.
versus like a Mexican,
yeah.
9 times out of 10, depending on the job, you're like, give me this Mexican dude. 'Cause you have like a
Right.
white college kid. If you have like a restaurant, just like sitting there like this fucking sucks, my feet hurt, blah blah. And you get most time Mexican dudes come in and they're just like, give me more time,
Which
give me more
would
hours.
be good for the economy.
What?
Now your restaurant's running smoother.
Smoother.
Yeah.
More people are likely to come in and buy things.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
Yeah.
But that's the other thing. It's like if you ban all those, it's like how can you like if those dudes are going to get in?
No
here
one's
one way
trying
or
to
the other.
ban. No one's trying to ban all the Mexicans.
There's people trying to kick if they're like you're undocumented, get out. There's a lot of people who say
Yeah, but
that.
there's enough people to pick up that slack. We're not going to lose labor
Yeah.
over that. I don't think. I mean,
There-
you gave an example of Alabama.
Yeah, Alabama.
That was
Yeah,
a
I
good-
think I think that would be. I think it would. I think it would not be good to the local economies as much as people think. Because again, this idea that these are people that are contributing to it. And
Yeah,
you
for
just
sure.
Take half the people out, you're in trouble. But this is like one of those thoughts I don't know. You know, you just push back on it immediately, and I'm sure it's not right. But it's like part of me does not so much like if we're worried about the wages to high school dropouts, and I know that they're Americans, which is where a lot of people draw the line, but it's like you are born in America. You have like which is a gift, the biggest gift on the planet.
You're telling them to check their American privilege.
Well, and it's like you speak the language, and the cops aren't after you, and you can't outwork some guy that doesn't speak the language who's literally being hunted by the cops.
Yeah. Well, it's
Yeah.
actually like Matt said. I mean, there's a guy from Guatemala that's got a fucking family to feed.
Right.
Versus a guy like, let's say me at
Yeah.
community college, and we're both working at the same restaurant.
Well, dude, if
Fuck it.
you spent a week, say you spent just a week where you're like you couldn't find food, and then you found a place that has all the food, you'd fucking work so
yeah.
hard. Like if you've
Yeah.
never, if you're like there's always food no matter what, you're kind of like meh, whatever. Like there's food somewhere, dude. You're gonna get it. But like
You're gonna
if you
get some
don't
snacks.
have food for a while, that's fucking probably scary as fuck.
Yeah.
So you wake up every day, hit the car wash, dude, and you're just like, yup.
Yep.
Lunch is coming, dude.
I'm gonna wash all these Nissans, and then I'm gonna get a fucking
Dude,
Wawa
imagine. You're about to get
fucking hoagie.
Oh, dude, you're about to
Can you
get a
imagine
fucking
getting a hoagie?
cheesesteak, dude.
Can you imagine getting a cheesesteak? Whew. Coming from fucking Guatemala, dude. You were splitting Lunchables with your entire family.
Yeah. Just like fucking the shit was falling out of the
You were
sky.
making each one of those little cracker sandwiches for each member of your family. You get one out of the Lunchable.
But that's my thing is you can't fucking fight that. It's like
You
when
break
someone,
up the fun-sized
someone's like, I'm gonna
Butterfinger.
die if I don't get here. People are gonna get in there.
Definitely.
So it's like, you just gotta not be a bitch, dude. You gotta be like you said. You have to just try to outperform whoever's coming in at you.
I'm worried that without the context of that talk, and I don't think they're gonna want to listen to it. That none of this,
Yeah, they'll listen to. Some people will. Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that's helpful for me. Like I'll listen to stuff like that, and I'm like, it's good to have someone put ideas like something that complex in a way that I can like hear, then be like, here's what like it's a bite-sized thing that I can explain now.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I like.
Yeah,
that thing a lot.
I think your
a lot
talks
of
are great.
people like about.
I think your talks are great, and I
listening.
was hoping that this conversation might spur you into discussing, common current events right now, like Antifa and the alt-right and all that stuff. I think it would be good to have somebody do research and talk about it
Well,
with
I
a
mean,
rational fucking.
that's what I'm trying.
Yeah, that would be good. It'd be nice to have somebody come out and not be full fucking like the left is right and the alt-right are Nazis. It'd be nice to have somebody
Yeah.
with the intelligence to be like, this is what it actually is.
Yeah, but dude, the thing is that's the whole thing you're saying about the left. They'll just go clearly a Nazi sympathizer. As soon as you
Yeah, of
disagree
course.
with them, you can paint it out. You can put
Yeah, of
it
course.
as like plain as day. You could have read every book in the world and be like, I've read every single book in the world. Here's the deal. They're like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
There's literally so it's kind of that's wild, but yeah,
Yeah. Anyway, I think it's got to be time, right?
yeah, it's an hour and a half.
Hour and a half. That's a long one, dude.
It's super
That's a
long.
good cast. Thanks a lot, Steve.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Yeah,
Fuck
dude.
yeah, dude.
Oh shit, yeah.
You got anything you want to say before we're done? Got any funny things?
Who me?
Yeah, anything funny? Oh, you didn't tell me about those fucking dorks at Punchline.
Oh my god.
So I did this weekend. I was at Punchline
God,
Comedy
dude.
Club in Philadelphia. Yeah, throw that in, dude. Let me hear it. Do you have time? Do you have the energy?
I have the time and energy.
All right,
hell
let
yeah.
me hear
So I have this weird. My battle right now is that my girlfriend loves to. I'm trying to think how to phrase this. She'll have friends, male friends, and in my head, I'm like, these dudes just want to fuck you.
They do.
And I know they fucking do, man. I know it. But like, she'll be like, no, he doesn't. So like, I get roped
Yeah.
in these weird situations with these weird fucking dudes who want to fuck my girlfriend, who've known her for a long time. So I can't be like, I forbid you from seeing this man. So like, so she's like, we'll just come out. We'll all hang out. That way, it's not weird. And like, then I'll sit there with like, and Shane, I'm happy you saw this.
Yeah.
Because usually I sit in these places. I'm like, dude, fuck this guy. So like, we go out. It's this dude. He was like a fraternity guy. It's like a black frat fraternity guy, like a Kappa, Alpha, whatever the fuck it is. And then he's with his friend. And these guys are effectively, in this case, the guy was just like a black nerd.
Yeah.
And he's a virgin.
They're a bunch of Neil deGrasse Tysons.
Yeah, dude, it was. There was a lot of
There's
NGTs.
like two NGTs trying to finger Matt's girlfriend.
This guy, his whole thing is he's 27 and he's a virgin. So in his head, he's thinking that like he's approaching women and being like, yeah, I'm saving myself for the right person, but
Oh.
like I just want to get to know you before we date. Like if we went out, it wouldn't be a date. And he's like this weird fucking aggressive shit. So then like we're hanging out. This guy, it's like me, my girlfriend, this guy who's silent and just pissed off, and then like his nerdy friend who's just like, this is great. So then that night, I'm like, dude, please stop dragging me out with these weird fucking guys that want to fuck you. And she's like, he doesn't. Dude, 2 o'clock in the morning. We wake up that morning. She had a text at 2 in the morning. The guy's like, I need to crash.
Oh, baby.
Yeah. And it's just like, dude.
Old Neil deGrasse. He was too busy. He was getting excited for the eclipse. He needed to go see your lady.
He had to do something, man. That's such a weird fucking thing to do.
Yeah.
Like, I'm your friend. And I was explaining to her, I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
like, this guy's crazy. He's 27 years old. He's a virgin.
Yeah, no, my girlfriend has her friends in high school. Her core group was her, another girlfriend, and then these two guys. Mm-hmm. And that's been like their 4 good friends. And it's like, it was right when we started dating. They've all kind of split up since. I did a good job of.
You broke that up?
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Good.
My girlfriend's not going to the movies with one of these guys.
Nah, dude.
Or something. No, I don't fucking. If she did that, I'd be like, yeah, go ahead. I don't give a fuck. I've seen those guys. They're all fucking dorks.
Yeah.
They're good, nice guys. They're good, cool, nice,
I
sweet
fucking- dude,
guys.
I hate that, man. And it's like constant being like, this guy wants to fuck. You think Envy again? It's like, they fucking do.
It's like, yeah.
Call him
Yes.
right now.
Tell him, yeah.
Call him right now and be like, come over. I want to suck your dick.
It would
Yeah.
be
He's
at-
not going to be like, no, our friendship. He's going to come over and let you suck his dick.
Yeah, of
Instantly.
course. Of course. In fact,
Instantly.
go
Before you
out,
finish the words.
go drink with him.
yeah.
Go out, just
And that's
you
the
two,
other thing,
go
too.
drink.
Yeah, they're like,
see
"Come
if he
on,
doesn't
man."
slide something,
Yep.
like a little comment in of like something asking about your dating life, something like that.
Dude.
That mentality is the. I'm sorry, Jim.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
That mentality is exactly what I had for like probably the first 8 years of my dating life, and it was Friends that like the show that wrecked me because I just figured that's how relationships work.
What?
For like
You were
Ross and
allowed to be
Rachel,
friends
like,
with girls?
You're friends with them for a long time, and then you show up to the cafe and it's raining.
Disgusting.
God damn.
Disgusting.
And I know they're doing that. I fucking know it. I try to.
Disgusting.
That's exactly what's going on in this guy's
God
head.
damn it, dude.
If you think it's like, yeah, we were friends for a long time, and then it's like, that just means she was fucking someone else, and then decided to fuck you.
Yes.
That's what being in
or-
a friend. That's what being friends first and then fucking is.
Or, dude, if you say you angered your girlfriend so much, and I was constantly like, that guy wants to fuck you, fuck that guy, blah, 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 blah. If I did something to piss her off enough, she might fuck that guy just to piss me off. Dude.
Exactly. Yes.
That's the sickness of it all, dude.
You're in checkmate.
Yeah, dude.
You're immediately in checkmate. You just have to be okay with it.
Yeah,
Ugh,
that's a tough
I hate
spot.
that, dude.
That's a tough, weird spot.
Dude, I had that this week, so I had that going on, which I was just like, whatever. And the fact that he's a virgin is so weird. 27-year-old man, virgin, was in a fucking fraternity and everything. It's like, dude, how did you do that? Like, if I don't jerk off for 3 days, my fucking loins, dude, are just
Yeah.
like pulsing.
Yeah,
It's like you were telling me at 18, 17, 19, 21, all the way to like 24, you didn't come across one thing.
because I saw him, and it's not like he's like tremendously overweight. Maybe he used to be like obese.
I don't think so.
Because other than that, it's kind of hard to get
She
laid.
told me about like
that
high school
long.
stuff with him, and I'm like, dude, something's gonna come up. I don't know. The mystery deepens. But dude, at the same time, I was insecure, dude, because I had a little ringworm on my dick again. Came back.
What was wrong with your dick?
I fucking ringworm, dude.
What are you talking
I
about?
got ringworm on my dick.
You mean herpes?
Ringworm.
What's that?
It's literally you know what ringworm is? It's a rash. It's
I've
a
never
circular.
gotten a ringworm on my dick.
But you know what a ringworm is?
Yeah.
Do you know what ringworm is?
I mean, I've heard of it.
Yeah,
And I know I can
wouldn't-
get it from
It's
doing
literally a
jiu-jitsu.
perfectly. You can get it from jiu-jitsu. It's a perfectly circular rash. A lot of wrestlers get it.
Yeah.
So I've got it before, like on my legs, playing
You got
football.
ringworm on your dick?
A tiny ringworm on my dick. Dude. Yeah, so I had to like seriously figure out how to get rid of this.
Did you
Little
think you got
antifungal cream.
it? Do you think you got it from your wax?
That's the question.
Do you think it could be your wax?
And I wanted to bring this up to my listeners, dude. If you've been on a heavy
don't
dong wax
buy
regimen,
Matt's fucking
no,
world
no.
famous dong wax.
That's what I thought,
You're
dude. A
getting
lot
ringworm.
like, dude, like Steve Jobs, same thing. Like, you know, he had a couple failures. So I think from keeping my dick constantly moist, it may have,
For sure.
but
You've been rubbing oil on your dick for a month
Every
Also,
day.
How great is that? Is
Night
like
and day.
how sick would it be if you made a commercial, like a fucking pharmaceutical commercial for your world famous dong wax? Then it just ends with like side effects may include ringworm.
But here's the
Oh,
thing, dude.
that's a big side effect.
I think it goes deeper than the wax. That's my problem.
What do you
I think that's you need more. It's not that I was wrong.
you need more wax.
Dude,
You need to double down.
I didn't even get into this. So I was so fucked up about my weird fucking ringworm. It's a
Yeah.
tiny little thing, dude. It's barely noticeable, but I know it's ringworm. I got it once before. And then I have this dude sniffing around, so like we can't even have sex. Like I need a fucking my sperm competition, dude. I need to scoop the cum out, dude, just in my head. So we couldn't even have sex. So I tried to go tanning because I read that sunlight will just crush this shit.
So you had your dick out in a sunbed. In a fucking,
It was closed, dude.
Ah.
Which I felt so gay walking. You know, I felt so gay
Oh,
walking. to tanning
I had a
booth, dude.
fucking skin disorder
Dude.
that required sunlight, and
It was closed.
and
when
I
went up.
went to a fucking tanning salon. It's so humiliating.
I'd rather walk into a whorehouse
It
than a
was so
tanning
bad,
salon,
dude.
dude.
It was so bad.
Dude, so I walk up, I go to knock up, and I'm like, it's closed, thank God. 2 people see me there. I'm like, fuck, those 2 people will always talk about me being in a tanning booth. So I hop in my car and just drove, I guess that's northwest up Lancaster Ave. It was a sunny day, dude. Flopped the bird out, dude, and just drove like 3 miles and let my bird cook in my car.
Damn, that's
just
crazy.
cooked it.
You just drove with your dick out because you have ringworm on your dick. You were just driving around with your ringworm dick out.
And I was in like,
Jesus
if I drove the other way, I was no sun. So I like drove one way. I'm like, I'm getting good sun. Let me see what I get. No sun. So I just
Should
drove
have parked.
all the way up Lancaster Ave, and I came to a red light. I'd throw my shirt over it, and then as soon as I hit the gas, dude, shirt was up. The fucking bird was fucking tanning. So the thing is like I want to start a whole
Oh,
camp,
God,
dude. It's
Jesus.
over. It's over. The wax is just a part of it.
The wax works.
I need a camp where
You
you.
need to double down
I
on
need
the
a dick.
wax.
I'm starting a dick retreat, dude. You go out, you just tan your fucking dong in the
You need
morning.
to make tanning beds for dicks.
No, it's
Like
sit
just
outside.
but just
Solar
a nice,
energy,
just
dude.
a nice tanning bed,
Just for your dong,
just
like a.
a pocket pussy, solar pocket pussy that you put
Wow.
over your,
That's $1 billion idea.
just like that. Matt and Shane's podcast is officially done. We're done with the podcast. We're on to making solar beds for dicks.
I want a dick retreat, dude. You wake up, you gel, you sun it out, you're back to back with your dude, so no one's looking at anyone's dong, and then you wax and you go to bed.
So like a straight.
Just a dong,
Dick
a
retreat.
dong retreat, dude. The dong retreat. It's. Oh, I've told you, it's bigger than the wax. The wax showed me, like, dude, there's more to this.
There's
You
more
gotta
to
sun your dog. You
more
gotta sun
dick
your
health.
hog, dude.
I would imagine though that dick health has been probably the most studied.
It's not though.
I bet it is throughout ancient history. Like I bet every culture was like, yeah, our dick.
Yeah, but no one's does like dick exercises.
Well, I think because dicks you can just
you
let
can
them
go work out all day long on your arms. You're like, yeah, I do exercises to strengthen my dick. People are like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Well, that makes perfect sense
Why?
because I don't think there are muscles like dick
You can
muscles.
strengthen the capillaries and stuff. If you're constantly putting that under stress, your body's going to respond. So
Yeah,
you're like, we
that's-
know all this stuff.
that's
We know about
jelqing.
dicks, dude.
That's
but it's
jelqing,
like
right?
it's jelqing. You can stretch it.
See,
you can
I-
fucking sunbathe it. You gotta fucking sunbathe your hog, dude. That's my new thing. I'm off the fucking wax for now.
No more wax.
I'm catching rays in my car. If I hit sunlight, I'm like,
Yeah,
yup.
next week,
Yup.
Matt's definitely gonna be getting bailed out of jail for indecent exposure.
Dude, but it is fucking pretty scary. Like anyone in an SUV can definitely see your dick. I was driving by other cars, seeing like if I could see their dick if it was out. It's like
Yeah. You can't see dicks.
you can't unless
You can't.
someone's in a
Unless
truck
it's a truck, yeah.
or an SUV.
And even then, that's tough because of the roof.
Or somebody like you get a lot of jaywalkers on Lancaster Avenue.
Oh,
So if
yeah.
someone's jaywalking, you gotta, dude. And it's so hard to drive and not look at your dick while you're driving. So I was like, oh fuck. So that was my weekend in a nutshell, dude.
That was your
I was
weekend.
battling black nerds. I was trying to sunbathe my dick, dude, so I could hop back in the game.
You gotta get rid of that ringworm. Via
It's almost
sunbathing on
gone,
Lancaster
dude.
Ave.
Lotrimin and sunbathing. Yeah, thank you. That's the new regimen right now.
That's
Well,
what
you can
it's
get
about.
ringworm anywhere, dude. And my dick, I'm fucking sweaty all day. I work, I go outside, and it's like your dick's getting wet, dude. And yeah, you chuck on the wax. Maybe that
Throw
maybe
some
that
wax
did it,
in
dude.
there.
Maybe I'm not sure yet. I'm
Throw some
not sure
coconut
yet.
oil on that already sweaty dick. I'm
Every
sure there's
day.
gonna be some fungal growth.
Yeah, I mean, fuck. So,
I had
what do you think?
a product that might go along with your dick retreat. It was, I mean, it's dick related. It was, my idea was that you would take like a vaginal tightening like paste,
Yeah.
and then you'd coat the outside of the condom with it. And so
Yes.
it would, instead of you worrying about making your penis bigger, it would make her vagina tighter.
Yeah,
And
why
then-
don't they do that?
That's some David Deutsch fucking problem solving right
That's
there.
dude. That's
That's
and
thinking
my
outside the
slogan,
box.
my slogan was going to be called "Make him feel bigger."
dude. That's $1 billion idea. Do they
Oh,
not
yeah.
have? Girls would
No,
just want that
it's-
just to have it.
He talks about yeah, we've had this conversation, and I was wondering why this never took
I mean,
off.
think about
we
it.
didn't have this conversation.
yeah, huh?
did we?
Because then you talked about how would you lube the condoms.
Oh yes,
What?
that's
Yeah,
correct.
Yeah, and it was a very
because I called like
With your
this.
fucking spit, dude.
no. He's
Next.
talking about lube them with the gel that
Shrinks the vagina.
yeah.
Yeah, because you call like the Chinese manufacturer that does like the bulk. You've got to combine this.
They're gonna
bulk
steal
so-
that idea, dude.
Chinese.
That won't make it past the fucking think
The
tank.
Chinese will get a hold of that. Dude, do you know the Chinese shit outside very often?
True.
The Chinese shit in public.
Yeah, Shane showed me. There's a
That's
lot.
something you need to know.
There's at
it's-
least 50 Chinese people shitting outside.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
actually an
like
epidemic.
in America.
in like malls.
Well,
no.
well, yes. Now that they've moved to America, Chinese immigrants will shit like in malls and at airports, and like publicly. Like if you have to shit, it's like to them it's the same as pissing. Like the same as when you get drunk or something and piss in like an alley.
So you've read this then? It
They'll
wasn't just
yeah,
a pics.
yeah. No, this is very
What?
real. I know all about this
So
Chinese
just take dumps.
Chinese yard shit epidemic, dude. They'll shit in their yard. They'll shit in their front yard.
So there's shit anywhere.
They'll shit, dude. There was Google it. There's people
I
that are like
believe you.
traveling to China, and they'll be like, one of the biggest things that was a big jump for me was that there's human feces a lot, like on the streets. Like you run
Dude,
into
that's so gross.
areas where people just shit.
Ew.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, I was telling you about that story I read earlier about the fucking. Oh, did you?
Hey,
Dude, I read that story earlier. There was somewhere in South Africa where there was this guy who like he rolled into a town. There was like the equivalent of like a shaman. I forget what they called it. It was some different word for it. But there was like a spiritual leader. This guy rolled in, allegedly killed the other spiritual leader. I was like, all right, I'm in charge now. That guy clearly displeased like the hooba boo boo whatever, and he ended up like he had all these parishioners and he was like, you guys got to go dig me up corpses, dig me up bones. If you dig up bones, it'll make you stronger, and if you dig up like graves and give me body parts, then like it'll make you rich and like you'll get money granted to you from like luck and good fortune. So this guy, like this shaman, ended up killing a girl and eating her with like 4 of his close followers. So they had like a town hall meeting. And they were like, this guy killed a girl, he ate her, we want to let everyone know.
And this is in South Africa?
And in South Africa.
Okay.
And these fucking, the town was 700 people. Out of 700 people, 300 came forward and like, yeah, I ate some of the girl too. He told me to make me stronger. Almost fucking half the village ate part of this girl.
So just as many Nazis in America ate that girl in South Africa.
Yeah. Dude, how fucking
Interesting.
funny is that? It's still this world. He's like, yeah, but he told me if I dug up the bones and brought it to him, it would make me very strong and my children strong. Dude.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
holy fuck.
Yeah, and people want to change America.
Dude, that is
There's
funny to
And
think.
South Africa is not that bad of a country,
No.
like
I mean, what
GDP
part?
wise
Yeah, exactly.
and all that. It's like
I mean, this was a rural, like far-off village.
It's like you're near Swaziland.
But imagine that, because they had a call town hall, and you're watching like South African CNN. It's like, fuck, you ate that girl, huh? And you're like, dude, 300 people ate her too?
bro. It's like a man ate a girl, bro.
I thought that's wild.
We should wrap it up, right? This is a late one.
Yeah.
Well,
Steven,
Steve
thank you.
Gerben, dude.
Dude, thanks for having me.
Thanks a lot. We'll see. I'd like to have you on again. That was good, man.
Yeah.
I really
That
appreciate
was good talk. That was the first time we had a.
Yep.
You used
All of
words that we
Steve's
haven't
ideas
used.
now belong to Matt and Shane's secret podcast.
Yes,
That's how
yes.
that works.
We are the smart
That's
ones.
our knowledge
not
now.
Steve. Steve's not smart.
We're gonna eat Steve now.
Yes. How strong will I get if I eat Steve right now?
Oh, dude, your children will be rich if you eat
Steve,
Steve
who did
right
you
now.
tell that you were going to be here?
What at this thing?
We could probably get
He's
away
you
with
have to-
killing
we have to
Sleep
fuck him
upstairs.
first.
I got a machete in the.
We'd have to have sex with him.
I would have sex with Steve.
We could actually say he broke in here, rape him, then eat him.
It'd be weird for him to break in with an umbrella. We'd have to get rid of that umbrella.
No, there's a lot of bad guys with umbrellas.
That's how you know
The
Steve's.
Uber trip directly to
Yeah. That's how you know Steve's fucking smart, dude. He has a fucking umbrella.
I refuse to carry them.
Umbrellas
yeah?
are for gay pussies.
I swear, and I wish there was like part of me that didn't believe this. And to me, I don't.
It's
If I see
true,
a
dude.
guy who carries an umbrella, I don't give a fuck. I'm like, yeah, guys, an umbrella. Me personally, I'm like, if I'm carrying an umbrella, I'm like, girl, you're a fucking girl. You're a
It's
fucking
true,
pussy. You're a bitch. Like, I can't
Yeah.
carry one.
Is that
Same
right?
with bicycle. If I do a bicycle helmet, like, fuck, no way.
You gotta do bicycle.
I'd rather die, dude.
You can't
But
have
there's
a
worse
helmet.
things than death. You might just. Be
But
like,
see,
"Oh,
I
True.
feel the same way about riding a bike.
Nah, I'll
Like if
rip
I
a
see
bike.
somebody riding a bike through the city, I'm like, what a fucking homo.
No, you have to take your shirt off.
If I see someone riding a bike, I have zero respect for that human being.
The only way you can get over, I know what you mean, but if you take your shirt off and do like a wheelie every 50
If
feet,
I saw
you're
you
good.
in fucking like painter's shorts and shirt off, I'd be like, all right, there goes a mentally deranged fucking man. All right, come on. We got to end this.
Wrap it up.
Stevie.
Steve, thank you.
Yo,
Thank you so
guys.
much, dude. You're the
Thank
best.
you. Thank you.
Matt, fuck you.
Fuck you, dude.
Listener, suck our dick.
Tell us who's smarter out of me and Shane, dude. This was our knowledge off.
Was this our knowledge off?
Yeah.
Then you don't want to rewind it and listen, dude.
It's fine.
You got knowledge hard.
yeah, right,
I
dude.
knowledge your
me
I
and Steve,
plunged
me
your-
and Steve are basically in
I
cahoots
saw
the
you
whole
fight.
time.
You should, listener. You should have seen the way Matt was longingly looking at Steve every time he
fucking-
spoke, dude.
I admire the man,
Matt's
dude.
pussy was wet this
You-
entire
It was.